And we welcome you to the Owens Center here in Peoria, Illinois, where tonight the Iowa State Cyclones come into Peoria and visit the Bradley Braves. Alongside my broadcast partner, I'm Jack Simzyk. And Jack, it's been 62 days since the Braves have taken the ice here at the Owens Center. It's been a long time, and now they're finally back and ready to roll. But if those first two games that they had at the Owens Center are any indication of how good they're going to be, they're in a good spot here tonight.
Yeah, like you said, Matt, 62 days. That's been over 2 months. They were last here in September. When they beat the St. Louis Billikens, swept them in a weekend series. So if they can just go back on that, they should be good to go here tonight. And their third home game this season, even though it's already November.
Yeah, third home game. That's it so far for the Bradley Braves. And let's talk about the visiting Iowa State Cyclones. 5-7-5 for them on the year. They've struggled with consistency so far. What do they got to do to kind of turn the table and get that consistency on their side and try and get that victory today?
Well, yeah, they've been in a little bit of a slump, a little inconsistent. What they got to do is they got to think back to last year, the MACHA playoffs. They knocked the Bradley Braves out of this thing. So you just got to remember, hey, we beat this team. We knocked them out of the playoffs. Remember who you are, and you should be good to go.
Exactly. I think you said that perfectly. Now let's go ahead and take a look at some of our keys to the game tonight, as they'll have that graphic pop up on your screen here in just a moment. And you see 3 keys will be listed for both teams. And there we go, as you can see on your screen. Let's start with the visiting Iowa State Cyclones. What do you have for their keys, Jack?
Yes, for Iowa State, we got to score the first goal. It's pretty simple. It's something you hear a lot when you're the road team, but it's true. I mean, this home crowd hasn't seen a game in 2 months. They're going to be hyped up. They're going to be ready to go. Get them out of it. Score the first goal. Then we got get everyone involved. This Iowa State team, some low assist numbers this season for them. Not a lot of puck movement. If they can get more of that, that would help them offensively. And finally, block some shots, shut it down on defense. Got to clamp down the Braves. And then for the Braves, their keys to the game, we already talked about it, back on home ice. First home game in 2 months. Feed off the crowd. Then I think we say this every game, but stay out of the box. Bradley, very high in penalty minutes this season. They got a lot of players in double-digit penalty minutes already, so stay out of the box. It's always easier when you're not down a man. And finally, feed Kyle Tantera. He has been the star for this team this season, leading the team in goals, assists, and points, so definitely feed him at home tonight. Yeah,
you mentioned Tantera, and you're going to see a graphic show up on your screen here about Kyle Tantera. He is our player to watch so far tonight, and you see the numbers on your screen. They're impressive. He's been all over the ice. He's got 8 power play points. That's twice as many as the next player on the team. So Tantera, if you're Iowa State, you better shut this guy down tonight.
Oh yeah, Tantera leads the team with goals, 10 goals. Leads the team in assists, 12 assists, and that caps off 22 points total. And then behind him for Bradley, a nice surprise this season, Brennan Peters. He's got 10 goals and 6 assists. That's 16 points for second best, with Cole Harris, who's usually a high-scoring player, out for the rest of the season, most likely with a fractured fibula that he got in late September against Indiana.
So let's take a look at our final thing. It's our starting goalies for tonight, and for Bradley fans, they'll see a familiar face in Joshua Sewell, who's got a 4-4-0 record on the year, and then it'll be Drew Pearson for the Iowa State Cyclones.
Yeah, Sewell with that even 4-4. However, he picked up both of the wins last weekend against McKendree. That ended a 3-game skid for him. So he's ready. He's back at home. He's got a little win streak going. He's feeling some confidence. And then Drew Pearson for Iowa State. He's actually played in all of their games so far this season, putting up impressive numbers, a 2.63 goals against and a .917 save percentage. That's actually a little bit higher than Devin Schneider, who's out for the Braves, their other goalie, and Joshua Sewell's numbers. So Iowa State might have a little bit of the edge in the goalie department tonight.
We shall see. You mentioned the numbers a little bit higher for Pearson than they were for Sewell. But Sewell, we'll get into him a little bit later in our broadcast, because tonight is a very special night for Joshua Sewell, but we'll get into that a little bit after the first period. For now, we're going to step aside here at the Owens Center, the Braves and Cyclones getting ready to do battle. But alongside Jack Simzyk, I'm Matt Harrington. We'll step aside and be right back for the start of this one. Back here at the Owen Center, Iowa State taking the ice now for just getting ready for puck drop. Back alongside Jack Simzyk, I'm at Harrington. And Jack, I don't know if you, the viewers, can see those Iowa State jerseys, but I gotta say, those are probably the cleanest road uniforms that I've seen so far of any ACHA team that's coming to the Owen Center.
I was gonna say, a lot of times these road teams come through here and they practice jersey looking types. These got last names on them. They're looking pretty good. Both teams looking clean tonight, so.
Yeah, it should be a good contest. We're going to have the starting lineups, and then we'll have the national anthem as well here in just a moment. We'll step aside, and we'll be right back in Peoria.
Starting lineups for your Bradley Braves. In goal, number 51, Joshua Sewell. At defense, number 6, Corey Cohen. At defense, number 24, Sam Bryant. At forward, number 18, Wes Straker. Forward, number 2, Kyle Tintera. And finally at forward, number 49, Brennan Peters. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise and move your caps for the playing of the national anthem.
Back at the Owen Center here in Peoria, Bradley getting ready to take on Iowa State. And we touched on the starting goalies a little bit earlier, but just a reminder of how that will run down. For Iowa State, they're going to go with Drew Pearson in net. This will be, this is a continuation now of a series of games. He's played in every game so far this year, Jack, so he'll be busy tonight for Iowa State.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We mentioned that a little bit earlier in the pregame, that Drew Pearson, he's played all the games for him, and he's done what he can. He's going to need his team in front of him to step up, though, because we set a 5-7-5 record, but he's posted impressive numbers. That's the thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And then at the Bradley and Joshua Sewell getting the start. This will be his third straight start as Devin Schneider continues to be out with a lingering ankle issue. So Sewell will get the call, and it's a very special night for him. And again, stay tuned after the first period of play. We have a very special feature coming up on Sewell and why this night is so special for him. But it looks like we are ready to go here at center ice. Bradley and Iowa State officially underway here at the Owen Center as the Cyclones take a hold of the draw. Austin Simpson with it now as he'll move it up for Evans. Evans will flip this one into the Bradley zone where it's taken a hold of here and flipped out of play accidentally there by Corey Kohut. So we get our first stoppage just a few seconds into this game.
Yeah, this faceoff's going to come out to the right of Sewell. It looks like it is going to be in the Brave zone. So Iowa State starting off on offense first here.
Cooper Bailey will take the draw, and he leads the team with 7 points this year. And it's interesting to see the comparison. Kyle Tintera leads for Bradley with points, 22 for him. So he has nearly 3 times as much as Iowa State's leading scorer as Sewell fights it off back in now to the corner. Battle for possession here as the Braves continue to work up the boards. Iowa State with some good offensive zone time early, and the Braves are able to punch it out now as we go back to center ice. Off a body, this one will be tracked down here by Kyle Tintera. Tintera inside, but he fanned on it, and he'll have to track it down. Thrown out in front, but the net looks like it wasn't fully on its mooring there, and so we will go ahead and get a stoppage.
We mentioned before the game, Kyle Tintera is your player to watch, and already making an impact there, forcing the turnover, and then getting the shot on goal, doing it himself there. Shot a little wide, but that's what he's going to be giving you all night long if you're Iowa State, so you got to watch out for stuff like that.
Yeah, Tintera is so fast, and you got to keep an eye on him, certainly, if you're the Iowa State Cyclones. Back in Iowa State territory, Bradley with it, down low. Tintera being mobbed here in the corner, thrown out in front, and that one missed the mark. Braves have it back up at the top, swung around to the other side. Bradley will go and chase it down. Brooks Blackburn right there to scoop it back down low. And Iowa State will take possession. Alex McDonald tries to move it up the boards. That's off the official skates, and here comes Iowa State into the zone, holding on to it. Backhander sent over the top there by Peter Salatka for the Iowa State Cyclones. And now it'll be taken a hold of by Bradley down low. Brooks Blackburn waiting to get to that puck. Turnover there. Taken a hold of by Iowa State. Giordano will move it down low. All kinds of bodies moving around in the corner. Those Bradley students right up against the glass there trying to make an impact. And now the Braves finally able to move it out of the zone. Fired in deep by Seth Bishop as it'll be cut off here by Pearson. Now right back down low. Iowa State will move it up on the breakout pass. Long stretch ice pass just off the stick and played up in front of the scores table. One of the new features we're introducing, Jack, tonight is an ice mic right at center, as you could probably hear there. Right in front of that scores table. You're able to hear the sounds, the skates, the sticks. I think that's going to be huge for our broadcast moving forward.
Yeah, it's really cool. You get to hear a lot of things down there. You know, the sounds of hockey. I know a lot of people who are big hockey fans, me included, just something about those sounds, man. The skates on the ice, the stick. It'll be cool to be able to hear that and get a better sound, better idea of what's going on down on the ice.
Up now along the boards. Bradley still with it in the offensive zone as it's pushed down low and sent right back around up the boards. Maxwell Litke up for center for Iowa State. Whacked that here in the neutral zone as Ryan Spence will move it off. Iowa State will retrace their steps back in their own end here as a bank pass will come to the other side for Liam Johnson. Johnson will move it up the boards. That one got stuck there in the skates of Litke as he'll come out with it now for Iowa State. Breakout pass on the side for Eric Evans. Evans across, nice pass in the slot, shot, scores! A big wrist shot there by Maxwell Litke, and he gets it to sneak over Joshua Sule, and the Cyclones lead 1-0.
It's Maxwell Litke tacking on his fourth goal of the season, and that's exactly, once again, what we said they need to do before the game. One of our three keys for Iowa State. They just accomplished it right there, scoring the first goal on the road. Because I look at this crowd, and it's just about as crowded as it was here opening night 2 months ago, so Bradley crowd was out tonight. They were hot, but now silencing the Owens Center. Yeah. Iowa State's on the board first.
Big goal there from Litke, and he makes it 1-0 Iowa State. Just a couple of minutes here into the game. I can never read the Owens Center's clock, but it looks like it has just under 17 minutes to play in the first. So 3 minutes in, and Iowa State has the first goal of this game. Now up through center, Iowa State looking to charge ahead again, but Tintera will fire this one right back down low. Iowa State will grab it once more as they look for that breakout pass. Nice bank pass. The intended target there was Patrick Burgess, but it's taken around the end wall where Tintera gets it big there. Up through center, Braves trying to work it in again. Tintera trying to grab that loose puck in front of our ice mic as he will finally send it back down low. Cyclones will hustle after this one. And taking a hold of it is Austin Simpson, the forward from Rockford, Illinois, with 2 assists so far on the year for Iowa State, and was one of the starting 5 for Iowa State in this contest. Simpson will grab a hold of it and try to move it up the boards. A turnover here. David Tuttle picks up that loose puck in the slot. That one's broken up on the attempted feed for Trevor Cooney. A long pass just goes a little bit too far out of the reach there of Colin Frank, and he got hit hard after that icing call. A little bit of a scary situation there.
Yeah, 15:53 to go here in the first. Like you said, that's icing. So the Braves are going to get the puck all the way back down in Iowa State territory. And something I've noticed here, actually, looks like this faceoff's going to come out to center ice. Something I've noticed here earlier is Iowa State's had some sloppy puck control. The Braves can take advantage of that, cause these turnovers in Iowa State's zone, and capitalize.
This one off the draw now at center ice as Bradley will flip this one in deep to the zone. Pearson able to stick it away into the corner as it's played back here by Jarrett Green for Iowa State. Good puck movement here by the Cyclones at center as they force this one deep, and Etchison will have to go back to get it for the Braves. Up the boards now, Cyclones in the offensive zone. Nice pass in the slot, rolling around, and finally cleared out of there by Bradley. Intended pass for Bishop, just missed the mark, but Bishop right back on it into the corner. Bishop pinned up along the wall here, working with Cade McMahon. Bishop still working, but Iowa State retrieves that puck and played out through center. Right on the tape of Hunter Schultz. He'll send it deep, and Sewell will go back to keep it off here for the Bradley Braves. Blackburn will flip this one up the ice, and Seth Bishop into the zone. Cut off, loose puck picked up by Spence. Try to be thrown in front there. Bradley still with possession, working down low. Sorrentino and Spence in there for the Braves, right out in front, and Bishop just couldn't handle that pass. And it'll go back through center. Braves have possession as they go back for Brooks Blackburn. Blackburn off the stick of Spence. He'll come off for a change, and taken a hold of here now by the Cyclones as it's Patrick McMahon, the defenseman. Big hit along the wall. Iowa State still moving it out. Tintera wraps the stick around that puck. Here's Tintera into the zone, cutting inside, and the shot fought off by Pearson. But a great burst of speed there from Kyle Tintera, trying to get this game even up.
Well, that's the second time this game Tintera's done that. Like I said, sloppy puck control by Iowa State so far. Tintera steals it, takes it all the way himself, gets the shot on goal. So sorry about that, a couple technical difficulties there, but as I was saying about Iowa State's puck control, a little sloppy in their own zone, and Tintera twice has stolen the puck. And eventually, if that keeps happening, he's going to get one in the net. So like we said, he's the most lethal scorer on this team.
This one will be an icing against Bradley as Spence was able to get back there in time. And so now we'll go back to Bradley territory. A lot of injuries, though, Jack, for this D2 team. And you mentioned Cole Harris earlier with the fractured fibula. That's a big blow. Josh Crandall's out with a concussion. And Logan Neg, I was talking to him earlier this week, and he's out with a skin infection. Hasn't been able to practice or play with the team, and he's going to be out long term. So Logan Neg, he's out for a while, and that's tough to see if you're Logan Neg. Now Iowa State with it here as they'll bank it back, trying to get this breakout going, but Iowa State, or Bradley rather, doing a good job of keeping them pinned in their own end. Back out through center. This one will go back for Austin Simpson as they'll flip it up ahead. Nice tape-to-tape pass. And intercepted by the Braves. Tuttle trying to get the loose stick out of there, and Simpson comes across the line. Here's the shot sailed wide, and this one will go into the netting out of play.
Yeah, you're talking about injuries too. The one, I think we mentioned this earlier as well, we didn't just mention, is Devin Schneider. Him and Joshua Sewell are kind of splitting the load in goalie. They'd each played 8 games. Very, very similar numbers between the two, so it's kind of just like a back and forth thing between them. And now with Schneider out, Sewell is going to have to do the heavy lifting for the Bradley Braves in goal, and that's why he got the start tonight. A stop there by him.
Yeah, he gets the whistle. And again, just a reminder to stay tuned after the first period. We have a special feature coming up about Joshua Sewell and why this night is so special for him. So we'll get to that after the first period, so stay with us. Don't go anywhere. Now Bradley down low, trying to work it out of their zone. This one played up the wall for Seth Bishop, but now flipped down low. Is Green able to keep that puck in, and now right back out by the Bradley Braves. Right at the line, delayed offsides. Bishop able to take that loose puck and fire it into the right corner. Iowa State picking it up here down low for Jarrett Green. So he'll reset the troops and get everybody squared away. Breakout pass flipped up the boards. Spence trying to keep it in the neutral zone but can't. Will be taken here, and the breakout pass didn't work out for Bradley, so they'll have to go back behind the net once again. 1-0 lead for Iowa State on the goal by Litke, but hang on, we're going to have a stoppage of play here. Not sure what that was about. They're going to the Iowa State bench. I wonder if maybe we're going to have a too many men penalty here. That would be my guess. Let's see if we can hear the official.
Red, too many men.
There you go.
2 minutes.
Right on the money, and you heard the official come through your headset just like that. That's why I like that ice mic so much. And so a too many men penalty against Iowa State, and Bradley's going to get their first power play here, Jack.
There we go. So we wanted, when you're down 1-0 at home in the first period, get that power play.
So back underway, Bradley with their first power play chance on the game on a too many men penalty. As they'll go across for Etchison, who will tap it down low here for the Braves. Iowa State working to try and get this puck out, but Bradley has possession. Up top, here's Wes Straker as he'll move it across. At the circle, holding on to it. Fired down low, off for Kyle Tintera. Now Tintera back up top. Etchison through traffic. Pearson makes the stop and doesn't allow that rebound as he was right there and ready for that shot.
Yeah, Pearson definitely soaked that one up. And we were talking about, too, a too many men penalty for Iowa State. If you take a look, too, on these benches, Iowa State has a good amount of more players than Bradley does. Too many men made me think of it. They got a lot more guys, so you're going to wonder if they're going to have fresher legs out there tonight, if they'll be doing more line changes than Bradley's allowed to with their smaller bench, especially with all these injuries they've been plagued with this season.
Well, 30 seconds gone on the power play as Peters tried to get that loose puck. Bradley able to keep it in their possession here in the offensive zone. Holding on to it down low as they'll cycle around, back around behind the net. Braves have it down low. Kyle Tintera will work it for Wes Straker. Straker got hit hard down low, and this one will still be played by the Braves as they push it right back down low. Sent around to the other side. That one went off the stick there of Alex McDonald and flung back to the point where it's kept by the Braves. Here's a chance in the slot, and Pearson again standing tall to make that stop.
Yeah, the Braves got just about 54 more seconds left on this power play, but Pearson so far has been solid for Iowa State. We mentioned before the game the Braves have been in a lot of penalty trouble this season. That's why it's so important for them to draw these penalties rather than take them. You get opportunities like these, and they're going to keep looking to do that as we move on in this game.
In the slot, Bradley trying to work it up here, but this one's chopped out of there by the Iowa State Cyclones as Sewell will cut it off here. 45 seconds to go on the Bradley power play, their first opportunity of this game. Now across, and Brooks Blackburn will take it ahead now. Across the line as he strides in. Pearson will let it float behind him as it'll come up the boards for Iowa State. Kept in by the Braves at the line. Here's the shot, and again, right into the logo of Drew Pearson. He's done a very good job, Jack, of not allowing a rebound here early on.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of his saves, I noticed, he's squaring up right with the puck, soaking them into the logo of his jersey, like you said. Not too many rebounds, not too many loose pucks either. He's been very solid at just holding on to it.
Off the draw, Ryan Spence trying to win it here as Sorrentino takes a hold of that loose puck in the corner. I'll go back down low for Spence. Spence to Sorrentino and back to Spence. In the slot, one-timer, missed the net. Great chance there for Ryan Spence. Back up to the point, Luke Case trying to grab it, and now he's got to get back as Iowa State has a 2-on-2 across the line. Here's the shot, and Sewell fights it off. Nice job into the corner. Bradley trying to reverse the other way. Spence gave it away again as it's kept in by the Cyclones. Back around the other way. Here's Dylan Haar. He'll move it down low as he gets tangled up here with Brooks Blackburn. He loses his stick, and Haar will continue to work away here with Ryan Spence. Great job by Dylan Haar here as he's finally bumped off the puck. Now Blackburn without a stick will have to pin it along the wall and grabbed a hold of here by Eric Evans. Back to the point it comes. Fan on the shot, and that one will come out of the zone. That should be an offsides, and now they'll finally blow it dead. I was going to say that puck came out of the zone, and the officials didn't realize it right away. And so now we get a stoppage play, and both teams can make some line changes here.
Yeah, we just saw a really good penalty kill there by Iowa State, especially Drew Pearson. He made a handful of great saves on that penalty kill, but good job by them to kill the penalty off with just half of the first period remaining, 10 minutes.
10 minutes exactly to go in this first period, as you mentioned. Iowa State with the puck in the offensive zone, up 1-0. Nice moves at the point here by Jarrett Green, and the shot across, Sewell able to hang on to it and get the whistle. Just under 10 to play. Looks like about 9:46 to go in period number 1.
Yeah, quick whistle there, and this faceoff's going to come out to the left. Joshua Sewell. Iowa State leads 1-0 here in the first after an early goal by Maxwell Ludke.
Bradley trying to grab a hold of this puck and flip it up ice. The intended target, Brennan Peters, as he bobbles it here, as he takes a big hit into the Iowa State bench almost. Big hit there, but Peters right back on his feet. Braves in the offensive zone. Here's Wes Straker falling to his knees. Nice pass in front and sent high. What a pass from Straker. Just couldn't get it on net. Now Kyle Tintera working for the Braves. End up along the wall as that puck will come back up top for Straker once again. Straker will fire it down low for Tintera, who got it tied up in his wickets. And Iowa State will be able to move it up ice. This one flipped right ahead in front of that Bradley bench. Kyle Tintera bumping a player off there as the Braves get it to Brennan Peters. Peters intercepted now at the line by Iowa State, and Peters will chop it right back into the zone here for Bradley. Less than half a period to go here in this first part of this first period. Iowa State on top of Bradley, 1-0 here at the Owens Center. This one flung back around as it'll be played here along the boards by Patrick Burgess, picked off by Bradley as they move it back up to the point. Sam Bryant with a nice pass there. Here's Bishop looking for that lane. Deflected off a body, look out, Spence threw it in front, and Pearson was ready for that one. Good save by him. Bryant's shot deflects wide, Spence whacking away, and he's gonna go to the box for slashing. Pretty obvious call there against Ryan Spence, and Bradley's going on the penalty kill here, Jack.
Well, now it's Iowa State's turn again on the power play, and they're gonna try to convert, unlike Bradley did, but we said Bradley has been in lots of penalty trouble this season so far, and we're seeing it here in the first period tonight. So 5-on-4 man advantage for the Iowa State Cyclones with 8:18 to go in the first. This is the first Bradley penalty of the game.
Yep, so both teams have now taken one penalty, and this will be a big opportunity here for Sewell, and he'll need to come up big on this penalty kill here for the Braves. 8:18 to go in the first. Iowa State with their first power play try of the game as they work it back to the point for Jarrett Green. Here's a shot in the slot. That's blocked nicely there by Tintera on this penalty kill. Iowa State, though, still has possession. Tintera trying to work it off the stick and gets it out. Nice job by Kyle Tintera. This one will be taken a hold of here by Iowa State once again. Alex McDonald, and he'll circle it back around here for Liam Johnson. Iowa State across the line. Here's Green into the zone, fires that one off the stick, and Tintera will move it back around up top. Into the corner, Cooper Bailey. Dump off pass there. Iowa State now moving it back to the point. Up top once again. Green looking for that lane. Shoot, scores! What a shot by Jarrett Green, and that will give Iowa State a power play goal and a 2-0 lead here.
Yeah, Jarrett Green was just a nice shot from the blue line. Gets past Sewell. I don't think that was tipped by anyone. I think that was just a smooth shot right past him, and that's a power play goal for Iowa State. So they're 1 for 1 in the power play, and this is exactly what Bradley needed to avoid. But right now they're dealing with it early.
So that one sneaks past Sewell. A power play goal, as you mentioned, for Iowa State, and they now lead it 2-0. Right off the draw. This one worked at here at center by both teams, and now fired in deep by Salatka. And Sewell will come out to play it. Brooks Blackburn now on it for the Braves as he'll send it across to his defense partner. This one flipped into the Bradley bench and out of play with about 7:18 to go here in the second period. The goals for Iowa State, it was Maxwell Litke with the first goal, and then Jarrett Green added one just recently on the power play.
It's only Jarrett Green's second goal of the year.
Yeah, big goal for him, the defenseman who obviously defense is his primary specialty, but getting a big goal to give Iowa State a 2-goal advantage. Right in front of our ice mic, this one's chopped into the zone here and taken a hold of by Iowa State. Patrick McCann will dump it off for the Cyclones as they'll move it up ice here. Into the zone, Salatka plays it in, but right onto the tape here of Brooks Blackburn, who will move it up for Ryan Spence. Spence across, Tintera flinging it into the zone. My goodness, that ice mic caught all of that hit on Kyle Tintera. Now thrown right in front of the Iowa State benches. They almost gave it away, now they do. Shot there, save by Pearson. Seth Bishop, though, pounced on it, and he was ready, Jack.
Oh, man, what a chance for Bishop. That was what we've been talking about, another turnover in their own zone. But Drew Pearson keeps bailing out his team here. Lots of turnovers in his own zone. He's facing these shots. Like I said, he's not letting up rebounds. He's not doing any of that. Great job there by Pearson to keep this game scoreless for Iowa State.
And this one will go right into the glove of Pearson again.
Weak shot off the face-off there. 6:27, I believe. That's the Owen Center scoreboard. 6:27 to go in the first period. Iowa State Cyclones lead the Bradley Braves 2-0 here in this rematch from last year's playoff game between these two.
Now back at the point. Here's the shot from Schmidt. That one went off his own teammate. So he'll try and whack at it to keep it in. Bishop flailing that puck right back into the zone as Iowa State will be forced right back in deep. Ryan Spence working away here for the Bradley Braves. Nick Sorrentino getting shoved around quite a bit there by a couple of Iowa State players. Spence trying to get that puck back to the point. Now he does. Hanging on to it. Here's the shot, and that one missed the net. Spence getting physical down low as well as Seth Bishop and Nick Sorrentino. Right on the tape of the Cyclones as they come out through center. And they'll send it in deep. Right off the tape of Patrick Burgess. And Bradley will work it out here on the breakout. Bishop lost the handle, and Iowa State will keep the zone. Right back on the tape of Bishop again. He tries to move it up the boards. Thrown out in front. Sule's stick was right there. Bradley on the breakout attempt, and now they finally do so. Here's the speedy Kyle Tintera. Tintera into the zone, forced outside. They'll wrap it around and throw it out in front, but nobody home. We're going to have a penalty coming up here against the Iowa State Cyclones. Looks like a cross check. And so Bradley will go back on the power play here as Patrick Burgess will take a seat in the sin bin.
Good job by Tintera to draw that penalty. What I did notice, though, before that play was the Braves could have had a 3-on-2. Their two men out there with Tintera went back to the bench, making it a 2-1 advantage for Iowa State. But Tintera still got it all the way on goal. But Drew Pearson making another set of saves there. But still a good job by Tintera to draw that penalty. The Braves 0 for 1 so far in the power play tonight.
We have two penalties coming up here. We're going to have a 5-on-3 for the Bradley Braves. And so the other player taking a seat in the box is Cade McMahon. I'm not sure what that penalty was, but it's a big one. And so now you've got a full 2 minutes to work with here on the 5-on-3 for Bradley.
Yeah, if you're Bradley, you got to score on at least one of these. Your ideal situation would be to score early and then still a power play. But you got to get at least one goal out of this.
So
this is a key situation.
Yeah,
for them.
absolutely. Key opportunity, as you mentioned, as Iowa State will flip this one out of play on accident here, and so we'll redo it. But you have a full 2 minutes to work with of a 5-on-3, and the odds of converting this are pretty high if you play it right. So we'll see if Bradley can try and cut into that deficit here.
Cyclones penalty kill looked good earlier, though, on the one penalty they killed off. So we'll see how they can do in 5-on-3 disadvantage.
Right off the draw here, Straker, that one's blocked, follows up his own shot, and again scores! Buried in front by the Braves right away, just 10 seconds into the power play, and it's a 1-goal game.
Well, there you go. It's exactly what you want. 10 seconds in, now you get a minute 50 of 5-on-4 power play. And you know what? Now if you're the Braves, you want to tie the game. You want more. You don't just want it 2-1. So now it's 2-1. Cyclones lead 4:58, my bad, to go. But the Braves got 150 of power play time.
So one of those penalties will get wiped off.
Is the one that ends, 57 stays on.
And I'm not sure who potted that in, but it looks like Brennan Peters from my vantage point up here. Not sure if that's what you saw or not, but we'll get the official announcement here in just a moment. Iowa State shorthanded, trying to move into the zone. Slowing things down was Cooper Bailey. And he'll move it down low into the slot, intercepted by Wes Straker. Bradley with a minute 34 of 5-on-4 penalty time as they scored just 10 seconds in to the 5-on-3. Now across the line, here's Brennan Peters. And Peters does get the goal for Bradley, his 11th of the season. Move down low, now back up to the point. Here's Etchison across. Top of the circle, Wes Straker moves it down low. Off an Iowa State stick, but he'll move it back for Kyle Tintera. Tintera holding on to it here. So bounce it back up to the point. Here's Etchison with a drive, and that one's blocked in front by the Cyclones, and they will send it down the length of the ice. A long pass from Kohut, tipped up for Wes Straker. Straker trying to grab that loose change and bumped off there by Peters, and now here's a 2-on-2. Iowa State into the zone. Drop pass by number 20, Salatka, and Iowa State will have to reset as they ran out of space there on that penalty kill. Now the long pass will go for Sewell. 32 seconds left of power play time for the Braves, trying to get their second power play goal. Wide open in front, and that one off the stick of Tintera. Great job by him getting back to step up in front of that shot.
That was a bad turnover there by the Braves in their own zone on the power play, but luckily for them, a blocked shot saves them.
This one will go down the length of the ice, 10 seconds. Sewell will come out to play it as he flips it here for Brooks Blackburn for the Bradley Braves. Now Blackburn off the official and off a couple of skates as it'll return to center. Here comes Iowa State into the zone. Eric Evans with it. Evans moving in, throws it out in front. That one will be stuck behind the net. Coming in to help him out is Patrick Burgess. Burgess moving it up. Nobody was home, and so Drew Pearson will have to come all the way out to play this one. Time winding down here in the first period, under 3 minutes to play. Iowa State on top of Bradley, 2-1 here at the Owen Center. Down low, Ryan Spence with it for Bradley. He'll swing it around for David Tuttle, but pinching in to keep it was the defenseman. Big hit there from David Tuttle. Sam Bryant moving it up the boards. Kept in by Iowa State, whacking away with their sticks. Cooper Bailey in that mix, trying to find that loose change. Bailey, one hand on the stick as he moves it down low. Sewell swings it to the corner. Bradley able to move it up now on the boards as they come out a 2-on-2. Here come the Braves into the zone. That one's taken away from the stick of Etchison, and it'll go back the other way for Bradley. Taking a hold of it now for the Braves is Coat, as they'll fling it all the way up for Tuttle. Pearson going to come out to play this, and we'll get a stoppage here with just under 2 minutes to play in this first period.
Well, you saw just a couple moments ago, the big hit by David Tuttle in the Braves zone, firing up the crowd. And you're going to need to keep that up, that aggressiveness, that physicalness in this game, because you're down right now. That's one of the best things you can do when you're down in the games. Try to get under their team's skin, try to wreck some havoc, do something. So anything to find yourself getting back into the game.
Quintero wins a draw, a little bit too far out of the reach of his teammate there. That was Sam Lucchese for the Braves. Now Iowa State will have to break things out of their own end as Litke has it along the wall. He's one of the 2 goal scorers for Iowa State here tonight, along with Jarrett Green for the Cyclones. This one swung wide in front of the goaltender's crease as Iowa State now has it at center, right in front of that Peoria Mustangs logo. Our friends at the Peoria Mustangs are in Wausau tonight, taking on the Wausau Riverwolves, and we won't see the Mustangs back here at the Owen Center until December. So lots of Bradley hockey coming up here in the next few weeks that you can find right here on our YouTube channel. Bing now for Litke as he moves it down low. Litke, nice handles on it as he had it taken away. Big hit there by Kyle Tintera, throwing the body around. Under a minute now to play in this first period. Iowa State trying to tack on one more, but we have a whistle and penalty coming up, and we'll see who it's against. I think Iowa State is going to go to the box here. And I think it's going to be on Litke. So Bradley will go back on the power play. They've already scored here tonight.
Well, that's Iowa State's 4th penalty of this game already. We're just in the first period, so a lot going on out there on the ice tonight. A lot of physicality, some penalties. Some good stuff, though, in a hockey game like this.
Absolutely. And if the Braves don't score here in this 53 seconds, that penalty will, of course, carry over into the second period of play. But they could certainly like to get this thing even up. Here's Lucchese. He'll move it across for Blackburn. Blackburn, and he had it stripped away. Here comes Iowa State shorthanded. Here they come up the ice. Eric Evans all alone, saved by Sewell. And a penalty coming up. I think this one's going to go against Bradley. But that's a penalty that you needed to take in a situation like that.
That's a good take. What an excellent save by Sewell on that breakaway from Evans. And Evans just outclassed the Bradley defensive tandem right there. Sped right past him for a breakaway, and then Bradley taking the necessary penalty like you said. That's a good penalty to take, but a nice save by Sewell.
So Lucchese was the one that took the slashing penalty, and we will go to 4-on-4 here for a minute 46, and then if we don't have any goals, we'll have a brief power play for Iowa State to begin the second period. This one will go down low. Bradley trying to break it out. Look out, Sewell sprawling and somehow made that stop. Great job in front of the net, able to keep that one out. This one out of the zone, and now the Cyclones will regroup here as it's taken by Austin Simpson. He'll go to Pearson as he gets a spray shower there from Wes Straker. So we get a stoppage here winding down in the first period.
Well, the tides have shifted a little bit. I was going to say, if Bradley, even if they didn't score, they still had the power play going into the next period. So I was going to say they had the momentum either way. If they tied it up or if they didn't score, you were going to start next period with the power play. Bradley is going to end this first period with momentum, but now not so fast because now it's even strength. Iowa State could potentially have a power play, and also Sewell's had to make 2 good stops. Iowa State's starting to pick it up.
Here's Etchison with the shot pad. Save, rebound, scores! Ryan Spence in front, and Bradley has tied this game.
Ryan Spence finds a loose puck right out front. This game is tied with just 12.4 seconds to go here in the first. The Owen Center has come unglued after a quiet start, finding themselves down 0-2, but Ryan Spence delivers with 12 seconds left in the first period. He just finds a loose one right off front. Nothing Drew Pearson could do about that one.
Great job by Ryan Spence, and that was the setup from Cam Etchison, who's going to get the primary assist on that goal. And on the 4-on-4 with 10 seconds left in the period, Bradley gets this game even up at 2 apiece, and that's a huge one as we will go into our first intermission at a tie hockey game. What an exciting first period at the Owen Center. 2-2, and boy, what a way to start out.
It doesn't get much more convenient than that. Like you mentioned, not a lot of time left on the power play for the Braves. They managed to score on even strength, and there's an official goal announcement there. Of course, just as I mentioned, that the Tides had turned there. They turned right back in Bradley's favor, and now they find themselves with all the momentum heading to the second. Game tied 2-2 after a slow start for the Braves.
Yeah, I know you're just getting the chairs adjusted because we are going to talk about our special feature here. And we welcome you now inside the broadcast booth alongside Jack Simzyk. I'm Matt Harrington. And Jack, it's a special night tonight. As you may notice, we're both wearing purple, and that's because it's Epilepsy Awareness Night here at the Owen Center. And D2 goalie Joshua Sewell struggles with epilepsy. And earlier this week, I had the opportunity to sit down with Sewell and talk about his epilepsy and what this game means for him. So let's go ahead and take a look at that video. D2 hockey goalie Joshua Sewell is known for making some big saves on the ice, but his biggest save may have come off the ice, and it may be one that saved his life when he found out he was diagnosed with epilepsy at 16 years old.
We're pretty shocked about my first seizure. My second seizure was a couple months down the road yet when I was 17. It was right by my birthday. Not a big fan of that specific day of the year, but you know, it happens.
It was an issue that meant lots of research for Sewell's family and what it meant for his future.
So what we did to combat it and like really get the ball rolling was my mom and family did a lot of research on epilepsy. We're hoping the first seizure was just kind of a fluke, like a nutrition thing. Didn't turn out that way. A few years later yet, what am I, 22 now? Yeah. A few years later yet, we're still trying to figure out epilepsy. It's not something that really ever can be seen as a cure, so we just kind of take it day by day.
For Sewell, things were difficult at first adjusting to epilepsy, but progress has been made.
I remember in high school I struggled a lot with the fear going to class. Nowadays, like epilepsy, it's not what it used to be. Way back when, epileptics actually weren't really allowed to go to movie theaters or concerts or anything like that. Having epilepsy was kind of you stay in your house, but nowadays people know about it. A lot of people know what to do.
This Friday, November 15th, Bradley Hockey hosts Iowa State for Epilepsy Awareness Night, a night that Sewell has suggested before. Now, it's finally becoming a reality.
Actually, we were talking about it my freshman year, like throwing just different ideas out. I remember my sophomore year we did like sophomore year we did Code Red, kind of like just trying to get people out to games, but I can't remember coming to an exec meeting my freshman year and say, hey, like we should do breast cancer, we should do like epilepsy. Kind of like a thing we did in junior. It was a lot of fun. I just kind of put it on the back burner because, I mean, no one really showed interest right away. And then this year, I don't know who brought it up, but I was flattered. My mom cried. She is extremely excited. She wishes she could be here. Unfortunately, she can't. Love you, Mom.
The game means a lot for Sewell, but it will make an especially big impact on his family and the epileptic community.
It being our first home game back, it's a big game for me and my family. My entire family was just taken back that someone from the program really pushed for it and really took it and flew with it. Right now, I'm actually wearing a bracelet that we got. It says Bradley Hockey. It's got Epilepsy Awareness Month on it. We're going to be selling them at the game this Friday, and it's humbling to see that people are willing to do this for me, and not just for me, for the epileptic community, because it's a lot bigger than you think.
Hey, now back here at the Owen Center alongside Jack Simzyk, I'm Matt Harrington, and I really enjoyed the opportunity to sit down with Sewell this weekend, get to know a little bit more about epilepsy. But Jack, it's obviously something that he doesn't let get to him, and he just takes it day by day.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That was a great feature to watch there, seeing that side of Sewell. But it's something a lot of people don't really know about him because he doesn't dwell on it. He doesn't let it get to him. And you can tell he goes out there. His performances are great. Something you wouldn't even know if you didn't see that. But it was good to hear from that side of him and bring some awareness to epilepsy this month, November.
Absolutely. And you may notice that I'm wearing this purple wristband. It says Epilepsy Awareness Month, and it's got Bradley Hockey. They're selling these at the game tomorrow for $1 and here tonight as well. But if you're coming out to the Owen Center tomorrow, make sure to donate to this. And all the money that these wristbands get sold from, they will be going to the National Epilepsy Foundation. And if you're looking to donate to the National Epilepsy Foundation, you can go to their website, which is nationalepilepsyfoundation.com. So we're going to step aside here for the first intermission. Alongside Jack Simzyk, I'm Matt Harrington. We'll be back for period number 2.
Testing, testing, 1, 2.
Good thing.
Shit.
Back here at the Owen Center in Peoria, Illinois, we're getting ready for period number 2 between the Bradley Braves and the Iowa State Cyclones. Back alongside Jack Simzyk, I'm Matt Harrington. In a pretty good period overall, Jack, for the Braves. They were down 2-0, but they fought their way back into it. They scored a goal on the power play and the 4-on-4. So now if they can play the 5-on-5 game, that's the perfect trifecta right there.
Yeah, that's what they're going to want here. Both teams going to want to avoid the penalties. I mean, it's been exciting action so far, but too many penalties for both sides here. Let's take a look at the scoring summary. That was Maxwell Ludke scored the first goal for Iowa State, and then Jarrett Green got another one, put him up 2-0. The Braves battled back the power play goal from Brennan Peters to make it 1-2. And then Ryan Spence, with 12 seconds left in the period, made it 2-2. So we're all tied up here, ready to go. Owen Center crowd is rocking. You know, the one disappointing thing about having this big crowd is I didn't have time to get an Owen Center hot dog during the intermission. Lines are too long.
There's always the next intermission, though.
I would say try again next intermission.
Yes.
But otherwise, we love having the great fans out here. Great crowd for Bradley's only their 3rd home game of this season. They're 2-0 at home, looking to make it 3-0 tonight. But we got plenty of more hockey to play before this contest is decided.
Absolutely. And Bradley, 7-7 on the road so far this year. So that's a number that I was talking to Logan Nagan. He says that the team is satisfied with that, and they'll take it at 500 on the road. And now they've got a long homestand coming up that will extend into January. So the Braves really only have, I think, 3 more road games this whole year. So home is going to be where this Bradley team is here for the foreseeable future.
Say finishing 500 on the road is definitely okay, but then you want to win these home games then. You want to finish above 500 always. I think that's a fair goal. And something that I was just thinking about here, too, this has been a close game so far. If it is to go to overtime, Iowa State yet to win an overtime game this season. They're 0-5 when contests go to overtime. So if you're Iowa State, you probably don't want that if you believe in superstition, streaks, luck, whatever. But this one's been tight all the way through, so I'm not trying to foreshadow anything here, but wouldn't be surprised if this one went the distance.
They have had trouble winning those close games, and we have one on our hands here as we begin the second period at the Owen Center. Braves now moving from right to left on your screen, and Iowa State moving from left to right. As here they come into the zone, 3-on-2 for the Cyclones. Drop pass there, and that one skitters off a stick. That was Austin Simpson there on the shot attempt. Brooks Blackburn will take a hold of that puck now for Bradley as they move up the ice. Blackburn across the line with speed as he'll fire this one into the zone. This one will go back for the Cyclones. We're still at 4-on-4 here for another 30 seconds. Here's Bradley into the zone. Big shot. Scores! Kyle Tintera! And the Braves strike right away in the second, and it's 3-2.
Kyle Tintera, there you go. That's the player to watch out for. We called it earlier in the game. His 11th goal of the season. He fires early, less than a minute into this thing, 42 seconds into the second period, and the Braves all of a sudden find themselves on top.
How about Kyle Tintera? I mean, he came out of absolutely nowhere and then buried it past Pearson. So great job by Kyle Tintera to bury that shot. And it is now a 3-2 lead for the Bradley Braves, who have come back after being down 2-0.
That goal by Tintera was bound to happen. Some things we saw in the first from him, just those steals in your opponent's zone and getting shots on net. That's what he had there. Like you said, came out of virtually nowhere, put the puck in the back of the net, and that was something you could see developing in the first period. And that's why Kyle Tintera is so dangerous.
So that goal for Tintera, as you mentioned, is his 11th goal of the year. And that now ties him with the team lead with Brennan Peters, who also has 11. So the top 2 goal scorers, Peters and Tintera, have both found their way on the goal sheet so far tonight. Off the draw, Iowa State with a quick shot, and that is right into the glove of Sewell. Barely had to move there.
Well, we're talking goal scorers, an interesting stat for the Iowa State Cyclones. This team is so evened out. Their leader in points only has 7 points. That is Cooper Bailey, 3 goals and 4 assists. He also leads in those categories. So, but I mean, this team's put up good numbers all around. It's just very even. No specific star, no Kyle Tinteras on your team for Iowa State, but Cooper Bailey, that is the leading scorer for the Cyclones.
So we are going back to 5-on-4, and all 3 of the Bradley goals have been on special teams, 2 at 4-on-4 and 1 on the power play. Now back to even strength as the Cyclones come up ice with speed as it's dumped in to the zone there by number 52, Tate Hentz. This one sent around by Sam Bryant, and now Seth Bishop trying to gain the inside edge here for Bradley. Aston Terra will fling this one all the way down as it'll go to the right here of Drew Pearson. This will be a penalty, it looks like, here coming up. And I'm not sure who that's going to be. I think Iowa State. Let's see. And it will be.
Yeah.
So how about that? Bradley going right back on the power play after scoring a goal at 4-on-4.
Iowa State's 5th penalty of the game, just about a period and 2 minutes into this thing. You know, one of the keys to the game for Bradley was to avoid the penalty box. Maybe we should have said the same thing for Iowa State, because it's been them so far. The Braves have also scored. They're 2 for 4 so far on the power play. This is the 5th one for them. We'll see. They're looking to make it 3 for 5. That's some great numbers, actually.
Yeah, the power play has been clicking tonight for Bradley. And coming into the game, the power play was just at 16.6% on the season. So those numbers will see a jump here tonight. So Bradley getting another big opportunity here on the power play, as it'll be Kyle Tintera to take the draw here for the Braves, but unable to win it. Down low, Tintera gets it right back as he stripped it away. Now to the point, across. Here's the shot, scores! The Braves strike again as Corey Kohut bears it from the point.
6th shot there by Corey Kohut to make this game 4-2, and right away, that's the power play goal for the Braves we were talking about. What a nice shot from the point by him. Again, I don't think that was deflected by anybody or they touched anybody. That was a smooth sail right past Drew Pearson, who's just kind of collapsed in this thing. 4 goals in a period in 2 minutes. You got to wonder, maybe tonight we'll see either Ryan Hooks or Brendan Danielson, the 2 backup goalies for Iowa State. We might see one of them tonight.
How about this? I mean, this game was 2-0 for most of the first period, and then all of a sudden Bradley got it even, and now they have a 2-goal lead. Crazy change of scenery here at the Owen Center, as now Bradley on top, 4-2. So another quick power play goal for the Braves, their 2nd of the day. And all 4 of the Braves' goals have been on special teams, 2 on the power play and 2 at 4-on-4. Long stretch ice pass. This one going to go off the ceiling and out of play. So we'll get a stoppage as this puck will come out of the zone.
I love the Owen Center ceilings. I do. I really do. Puck deflection up the ceiling. We got a low ceiling here in the Owen Center with a lot of rails and barricades up there. So if the puck goes up in the air, there's a good chance it's just going to have to be a stoppage of play. Nothing you can do about it, but
we're bound to see that at least a couple more times here.
Yeah,
tonight,
no, I've seen sticks up there before. Rare, but you see it.
Occasionally. So 4 unanswered here by the Bradley Braves, and they've made this a 4-2 game here, as Iowa State will look to try and fight their way back into it. Taken away by Nick Sorrentino in the slot, as he'll move it up for Seth Bishop, who takes a big hit along the penalty box. Now down low, Braves continuing to work in the offensive zone. Thrown right out in front. Bishop had it roll off his tape. A couple of defenders right there to swallow him up. Back around the other way. Iowa State taking a hold of it. They'll bump this one up the boards and throw it right back down low. As Iowa State stuck in their own end here early on. A 2-goal lead for the Bradley Braves, who scored a couple of quick ones to begin the 2nd period of play. They're up 4-2. Swung around and up for Joshua Sule, the Bradley goaltender. Almost gave it away. Look out! And that puck was rolling around, but I think the net came off its moorings, as Sule might have accidentally bumped it off, or maybe on purpose. But that was a scary play there for the Bradley Braves.
Yeah, I'm not really quite sure what Sule was doing there. He made the initial play behind the net. That made sense to me. Then he kind of stood around the side of that in a scary moment there, I agree, for the Braves. Puck was out there. Iowa State had a chance, but I guess the nets came off, so a little bit of luck for Bradley there.
Yes.
A confusing play. I don't really know what happened.
They did catch a break there, no question. Thrown out in front of the slot again, and this time Sule makes the save. And he took a couple extra whacks there, but he's got it under the pads, and that will get a stoppage here.
Yeah, he made the save. He seemed to lose sight of the puck, and then his body language there, not knowing where it was, caused some of the guys to hack at him. They thought maybe it was loose, but it was soaked up the whole time. right in his pads. So good stop there by Sewell. 16:37 to go here in the second. The Braves have turned this thing around, and they lead the Iowa State Cyclones 4-2.
I want to give a special thanks to the Attack Hockey Club in the Dallas-Fort Worth area for sponsoring our broadcast tonight. If you want to learn more about the Attack Hockey Club, you can find them on Twitter at AIHC. Big hit there along the wall, and a player went down for Iowa State. That was Cade McMahon. And he is very slow to get up there in front of the bench. Actually, I think that's Cooper Bailey that went back to the bench. So we'll keep an eye on Bailey, but he is headed back to the Iowa State bench. This one off the official. Nice bounce there for Wes Straker as he'll flip it up through center. And sent right back in by Iowa State. Sewell will stick it to the corner. And Brooks Blackburn will send it around for Sam Bryan, who takes a big hit. Penalty coming up here against Bradley, it looks like. Actually, I think we're going to get coincidental minors, as the ref called it right after the hit. And Straker may be going to the box here. We'll see. Looks like it's Tintera for Bradley. And for Iowa State, it's Eric Evans.
That was a big hit laid down there for Bradley, but we're going to get 2 offsetting minor penalties. So each team going to the box, more 4-on-4 action, and more importantly, if you're Bradley, more special teams action. 3 power play goals, 1 goal on the 4-on-4. So they're liking it tonight when the ice has a little more space to work with.
So 4-on-4 for the Bradley Braves. And we'll see what they can do here. This faceoff will be just outside the Bradley zone as it's swung around across, as Bradley will take a hold of it. Corey Kohut, one of the goal scorers so far tonight for the Bradley Braves, along with, let's see here, Peter Spence and Tintera, the other goal scorers for the Braves. They have it in the zone. Spence got tied up, and a hooking call coming up here. Boy, I tell you what, these officials are not letting these guys play tonight. And Spence goes to the box for the hook. I thought maybe that was going to go on Iowa State, but instead Ryan Spence will go to the box.
So 4-on-3 action here. Iowa State's got the man advantage. And that, with Ryan Spence's hook, that's going to be Bradley's 4th penalty of the game, but it's not looking much better because Iowa State's got 6. So 6-4. That's 10 penalties, and we are not even halfway through this contest. There's still 15:28 left in the second.
So 4-on-3, that's a lot of open ice out there for Iowa State, and we'll see what they can do here with this opportunity. Move back to the points. Hentz will send it across. Holding on to it. Nice pass in the slot. Here's Hentz, saved by Sewell. Rebound scooped up out of there. And an extension effort there at the point, but this one will go back to Iowa State territory. Now Iowa State coming across the line. Jarrett Green holding on to it down low. Green waiting with it on the forehand as he moves it back up top. Here's Tate Hentz, back for Green. Green to Hentz in the slot. Shoot, save, Sewell. Great job there, right into the midsection, able to make that stop.
Nice save there by Sewell. While Iowa State's just working them here at this power play. They're just working them, passing it around. Slow puck movement. We talked about before the end. They want puck movement. They're keeping it slow. It's a slow pace. However, Bradley kind of just forced to go with the flow there, looking for open shots. They find one, but Sewell soaks it up, makes a nice save in the logo of his jersey.
Hentz will swing it across on the broken clear attempt. Now Hentz holding on to it in the slot. Penalty coming up against the Braves. And a drive from the point. That's blocked. And now Bishop has it. But once again, Bradley's going to go to the box. This time a cross check. And now it's penalties galore here for the Bradley Braves.
This is not good for Bradley. We know 4-on-2 isn't a thing, but it looks like 3 penalties now. 3 guys in the box.
So
they're going to have to.
Hey, you can listen if you want. The penalty with 58 seconds, nobody's coming out of the box. When that expires, the next one will go up. So 114 will be the first one to come out.
A little chaos down there at ice level with the block, but you heard the officials, and so looks like we're going to have 5-on-3 for 58 seconds, and then we'll go back to a 5-on-4 as a couple of players from each side will come out.
Yeah, that'll be, from what I get from that, is it'll be 5-on-3 for a little extra time now because there's 2 5-on-3s going on at once. A little bit of confusion here, but that's what happens. You get a lot of penalties.
Now at the point, here's Jarrett Green as he'll swing it across. Holding on to it. The shot redirected wide. That one went off the stick of Burgess. And another, hang on here. The back official blew it dead, and I'm not sure what's going on. I think they had a clock issue here. So they're going to discuss things here right in front of that Iowa State bench.
Well, I mean, the Owens Center scoreboard does only have 2 different clocks for penalties, and Bradley's at 3, so I don't really know how they're working that on the clock. So I can understand the confusion here for the officials. There's some confusion on the Iowa State bench, too. They're huddled around an official. There's an official.
I don't think this is a timeout either, but Iowa State's got their team, as you can see on your screen, kind of cluttered right there in the corner.
It's smart. Take any chance you can to get something going. Bradley, meanwhile, they're surrounding a ref here, trying to talk to him. The refs have been busy tonight.
Yes, they have. They have been very busy here.
Bradley's 5th penalty of the game. So there's 11 penalties total. Not only that, I've noticed the one ref closest to us against the glass here, he's been hit with the puck a couple times too. Hard.
Yes.
He's taking it like a champ, but it also a lot of penalties being called. Maybe he's not in the best mood. But yeah, these guys have not been able to really play loosely at all here. 11 penalties, and there's still 14:26 to go in the second. Score, though, 4-2. Bradley Braves leave the Iowa State Cyclones.
So here we go, 5-on-3 time, or 4-on-3 time, rather, for Iowa State. As they move into the zone, here's Green. He'll swing it around the outside. Green hanging onto it on the left hash. They'll move it across for a defenseman. Iowa State with a lot of room to work with here. Holding onto it and swinging back around is Bailey. He'll go right back across. Here's Green, or Hentz rather, up top. Hentz gets it back, looking for that backdoor off the tape there of Cooper Bailey as he'll dump it off. Here's Jarrett Green in the slot on the backhand. Sewell with a great save to fight that one off.
Sewell laying out on the puck for another great save, but give big credit there to Corey Koha and Sam Luches because they both stopped key passes there, 2-on-1s with potentially wide open nets, but both men were able to either get a stick or a body in the way. So great job of this penalty kill unit here for the Braves. And it looks like we are now back to 5?
Yes,
5-on-4 action here.
5-on-3.
5-on-3 still.
For another 16 seconds.
Okay, so it's more clear now. 5-on-3 for 16, and now there's a whole 2 minutes, it looks like, according to the scoreboard.
Now here's Simpson with it, holding on to it at the circle, back up top. Right back for Simpson on the right wing side. So work it back down low. Braves continuing to whack away here. Evans in there as well. And we're back to a 5-on-4 now. 1:42 of a power play for Iowa State. Simpson will move it down low, trying to find Cooper Bailey, the intended target there. Braves whacking away. Bailey in there for Iowa State. Coming free with it. Here's Burgess. Burgess moves it down low. Back up to the point. Yes, here's Austin Simpson. Simpson will move it back across. Evans back to Simpson. Simpson with a drive, and Sewell right on to make the stop.
They're loading up those 2 goals early. Sewell's been on top of his game, kind of resembling how Drew Pearson looked earlier in the game. Drew Pearson was soaking up everything, squaring up these shots, not letting up rebounds, soaking them up right into his chest. It's the best way to do it. Sure, you can make a cool, flashy glove save or blocker save. You have the risk of giving up a rebound or the puck just getting past you. But when you can square your body up right for the puck like that, and you have the ability to hold on to it, soak it up, get that cover, that's just solid goaltending. So good work by Joshua Sewell here.
Back at the point, Iowa State holding on to it. Simpson will swing it across on the left hash as it's taken a hold of by Evans. He'll play catch here and move it over for Green. Green with the puck. Now at the top of the circle, Evans moves it down low. Sewell sliding over at the back door in the slot. They'll move it back up top for Green. 53 to go on the power play. Green with it. Goes across on the left side. Thrown out in front. Great block there by Sorrentino. Iowa State circling again here. The shot right on for Joshua Sewell. Got to say, Jack, Sewell has really settled down after giving up 2 early goals.
Yeah, a little bit of nerves, a little bit of energy maybe at the beginning of this game. It's the first home game in a while. Things didn't look good from the start, but I mean, you said it's taken a complete 180 here. The Braves with 4 unanswered, and Sewell has been a brick wall ever since. So we got 12:24 left in the second here with 41 seconds left. And hopefully the Braves can keep clean play out there. They'll finally be back on even strength.
Andrew Schmidt in there whacking away for the Bradley Braves. And now Iowa State will take a hold of it here. Cyclones moving it back up top. Same unit out there. Here's Green with a big windup, and that one hit Sewell square in the mask. And he somehow fought it off. Now Iowa State with it again as they try to find the trailer man. Green hanging on to it on the forehand. at the left hash, or right hash rather. Back up top, the shot again, and Sewell with a big extension there on the glove side. He is locked in right now.
Let's say right there, save that. Maybe that puck was going wide, but like I said, if you're able to soak up a puck like that, you got to do it, because that shot goes wide. You don't know where it bounces back off the glass or the backboards behind the net. So if you're able to, and he was able to extend that arm, if you're able to, always soak up the puck. Don't want to let up anything strange, any funny bounces.
Big stop there by Sewell, and 8 seconds to go on the Iowa State power play. One last shot from McMahon at the point. Rebound is loose in front, and now Sewell scrambles that glove right on top in front.
Pretty sure we've said Sewell at least 100 times in the last 2 minutes here, but he's making a lot of saves. Let's not forget the one before this whistle, off his helmet. Just right off his helmet. He somehow shook that off like it was nothing. He's playing unfazed here in the second period of this game.
McMahon shot broken up by the Braves as they look to go to a man right out of the box. That was Trevor Cooney as he'll chase it now down in the corner. Cooney pinned up along the wall as that puck emerges free. Cooney whacking away again, and Iowa State picking up that puck. About 11 minutes to go here in this second period. It's a 4-2 lead for Bradley. Big hit down low. Thrown out in front of Chance, and a big stop from Pearson. He was ready for that shot. Looked like David Tuttle was the one that pulled the trigger.
And that was the first action Pearson's seen in a while, and one of the first bigger saves he's made since earlier in this game. He comes up big there. I want to point out the good effort by Trevor Cooney, good awareness by the rest of his teammates too to find him coming out of the box. They may have now got him in the stretch pass. They were able to dump the puck down the corner for him and set up some shop on offense for the first time in a few minutes now that they're back at even strength. But good shot for the Braves, and they hope to keep it this way at even strength.
Now this one flung up the boards. Bradley has been stuck in their own end and now has some opportunity in the offensive end. But Iowa State quickly thwarting that opportunity as they move up ahead. Here's Har into the zone, taken away by Sam Lucchese. And that one gets past him. Bishop out of gas, not going to be able to get there in time, but no icing as it was off of Iowa State last. And now Sorrentino into the left corner. Sorrentino bumping it here for Ryan Spence. Whacked away to the other side. Braves looking to take a hold of it. Long shot from Lucchese, and that was a knuckleballer. Fought off there by Pearson. Back up top, Lucchese swings it right back in. He'll go across, intending it for Corey Kohut, but off a couple of sticks as it squeaks its way back to the Bradley zone. Look out, here's a giveaway. Iowa State in, and Sewell makes the stop. And boy, he bailed out his teammate right there.
So that's Sewell bailing out Sam Lucchese. He just kind of lost track of the puck and fell to his knees, giving the Iowa State Cyclones a nice one-on-one chance with the goalie. But Sewell has been unstoppable ever since letting up that second goal way back early in the first.
Great save by Sewell, and you mentioned Lucchese just kind of fanned on it. Didn't really get what he was looking for out of it, and big save by Sewell to keep this at a 2-goal game. Back to the point, McMahon shot misses the net well wide, and it'll be followed up here by Cooper Bailey and move it down low. Here's Tate Hentz, and now the Braves able to move it out. No icing, says the official. Must have been tipped by a Braves player at the neutral zone, so Iowa State will regroup here as we have officially hit the halfway mark of this hockey game. 4-2 lead for the Bradley Braves over the Iowa State Cyclones. Iowa State now moving it up through center. Straker lays the body and gets it down low. Corey Kohut swinging it around for Kyle Tintera as the Braves move it out. Trying to find a man. That one's off a couple of bodies. Puck stays on side, but now it's a 3-on-3 for Iowa State. Here they come into the zone, bumped off the puck. And a delayed penalty, I think. No, just a delayed offsides. I was going to say, it didn't look like there was any penalty there, but officials just say it was offsides, and Bradley will regroup. Up along the wall, Tintera now trying to chase after Pearson as he'll fling it up the boards. Iowa State working it back down low. Taken a hold of here by Tate Hentz with speed through center. Hentz finds his man across the line. Nifty little move there, but they are offsides as we get a stoppage.
Well, 9:06 left to go here in the second. The Braves, as we mentioned, up 4-2 against the Iowa State Cyclones. This faceoff's going to come out to the right of Sewell, but outside the zone due to the offsides by the Cyclones.
This one will go back down low into Iowa State territory as they'll track it down. Long big pass intercepted by Etchison and thrown off the wall. Now Cooney trying to work away here for Bradley, but that one's taken hold of by Peter Salatka. And up the ice, here comes Iowa State into the zone. Outnumbered, odd man rush here for the Cyclones. Tuttle will fling it back through center, and Iowa State will have to go back and hunt it down. 8:10 to go in this second period of play here at the Owens Center. The first of 2 games between Bradley and Iowa State. They will be back out at here tomorrow night. A little bit earlier start time, 6:15 at the Owens Center. And Mitch Kaminski and Danny Karmin, our director for tonight's broadcast, will have the call for that one. So excited to see them on the broadcast tomorrow, and I will be behind the camera and directing the show as well. Now up through center. Braves trying to move into the zone. Peters just couldn't get around the defenseman, and now dumped in by Schultz. Sewell will let this one float to the corner. Tracking it down, Eric Evans. Ryan Spence up the boards for Bradley, and flung out of there by the Braves as it'll go back into Iowa State territory. Picking it up for the Cyclones is Cade McMahon. He'll hold on to it here as they cycle back around, intending to go for Eric Evans, who has it along the wing. With speed, Eric Evans cutting through center ice on the right side. Evans slowing it down, finds his trailer. Here's a big drive by Simpson, redirected, and Sewell fought it off. Read the change of direction well there, but Iowa State still has it in the corner. Now they'll move it back down low here for Evans. Back up top. Here's the long shot, and Sewell got it. I think that one caught a stick in front, but Sewell was right there again.
Yeah, 2 really good saves for Sewell. One of the redirect. The puck changes direction. It's hard to keep track of, but he got a pad on it. Then a nice glove there by Sewell. 7:09 remaining in the second. And this game slowed down ever since all those penalties we had, the 5-on-3, the 4-on-3. Now that's all cleared up, the game slowed down a little bit. It's calmed down as these two teams are starting to find a pace a little bit here.
Here's a shot in from the point. A wrist shot there from, looked like John Kester, but got blocked by Bradley. Now they'll try and move it up the ice. Braves stay on side. Straker trying to cut into the zone, but that one bumped off his stick. Corey Kohut now pinching in down low for the Braves. Kyle Tintera trying to look for a pass in the slot. Kohut will let things settle as we've got all kinds of action going down in that left corner. All kinds of Bradley students down there as well. Corey Kohut and Tintera trying to find that loose change. Now here's Kohut. We'll move it back down low. Braves have it in the slot off of the stick of Brennan Peters. And Iowa State will now move up the ice. Right into the glove of Sewell on the dump-in attempt, and he will just hang on for the whistle.
What a bad shot by Patrick Burgess from outside the zone, but right on target. But Sewell's not going to let anything like that get past him tonight, not the way he's been playing.
Yeah, he has been locked in, no question. And I think you summed it up pretty good, Jack, when you said I think it was just a little bit of nerves for him with all the extra things going on in Epilepsy Awareness Night, but he has really looked good.
He was also playing right down there at the side where all the Bradley fans are hoarded at down to your left. So, I mean, you haven't experienced that in 2 months. And
here's a shot that goes off the pad of Sewell. Tuttle collided awkwardly in the boards, and now Blackburn able to flip it out for the Braves. Trevor Cooney trying to chase after it here. Cooney works it into the corner, but taken away from his stick. That one going off of Patrick McCann, the defenseman. Braves working it back up top. Here's Sam Lucchese. Swings it back around to the other side here for the Braves. David Tuttle thrown out front. Here's a drive from the point. Blocked there. Good job by the Cyclones defense. They'll go back around for David Tuttle as he carelessly threw it in front as it was stripped away there. Iowa State now into the zone. Sewell sticks it off into the corner, and Lucchese will bank it back around for Brooks Blackburn. Blackburn almost gave it away, but picks up the puck once again as he glides through center. Avoids a big hit there as he flips it into the corner. Pearson will cut it off for a teammate. 5:15 to go here in period number 2 between the Bradley Braves and Iowa State Cyclones. Haven't had any scoring since the first 3 minutes of this period when Bradley scored a couple to take a 4-2 lead. Now across the line, here comes Iowa State with speed. Brooks Blackburn gets burned backhander, and that one off the mask of Sewell as he makes the stop. Bishop trying to get it out, can't do so. Iowa State now with it. They'll go across for Green. Here's Green on the right side. Pivoting with it now. Green looking for an open lane. Green moves it to the right side, and that one Worked at by Gusky, desperately trying to keep it in, but can't. And
That's
now-
got to be a hand pass
Yeah.
right there.
And now the officials finally call it. That was pretty obvious there from Gusky, or Green rather.
Nice try. Green punched it right out of the air. It's Jarrett Green. He's got a goal, though, this game. Jarrett Green
Yes.
actually put them up 2-0, the Iowa State Cyclones, way, way back in the first. Seems like ages ago, but it was just a period ago, but a lot has happened since.
Kind of hard to get away with that hand pass when the official is right there in front of you.
Yeah, I don't really know what he was trying to do there, but it was a good effort.
So 4-2 here with just under 5 minutes to go here in this second period rather. Braves on top of Iowa State. And again, the story of the game, the Braves were down 2-0 early. Got a couple of goals late in the period to tie it up, and then they continued the momentum right away in the second to make it 4-2. Up top, Corey Kohut throwing it down low. Wes Straker supplying the body along the boards for Bradley. And now Brennan Peters throws it across, was trying to go back for Sam Bryant, but this puck will skitter into Bradley territory. Here's Bryant, and now sent right back in. Corey Kohut after it for the Braves. In there for Iowa State was Max Lipke, who has the other goal for the Iowa State Cyclones along with Green. Braves whacking away to try and get it out as Tintera whacks away. And now Lipke throws it right back into the zone as Bryant will chase after it here. Bryant leaves it off for Kohut. Nice pass up the boards as the Braves move it out through center, but gave it right away. Oh, big hit there. Right in front of our ice mic. Kyle Tintera throwing the body here.
He's laid down a few big hits this game. That was the second one I've seen. Right there, too, right in front of the box.
Now Burgess across the line. That one deflects into the corner. Bradley working away again. Flung at as Iowa State grabs that loose change. Nice little moves there. And the shot stopped by Sewell on the attempt from Cooper Bailey, but really good setup there from Iowa State.
Yeah, Burgess and Bailey both put on some nice moves to keep that puck in the zone and get their chances, but Sewell once again helping out his team and stopping that puck from getting anywhere near inside the net. It has been a good night for him. I know we've said a few times already, but just keeps coming up, keeps making those saves. So.
Yeah, he's been very good, no question about it. And we'll see how he continues the rest of this game. This one flung down low as it'll be played here by the Braves along the corner. That's Trevor Cooney in there. Now sent down low by McCann. And Ryan Spence making it out. Spence has got a goal tonight so far for the Bradley Braves, but 4 different goal scorers tonight for Bradley. Peters, Spence, Tintera, and Kohut are your 4 ones. So it's been a diverse list so far for the Bradley Braves. Into the corner, Lucchese throwing it up for Tintera. And out to the point. Here's a shot. Save, rebound, loose. And that one was off guard for Sewell, and he's somehow able to get back on his feet.
Excellent dive there by Andrew Schmidt. That was one of the first big rebounds Sewell's let up all night. Schmidt giving up his own body in front of the net, saving a potential goal himself there, keeping this game 4-2.
And while you were talking, Jack, the Braves draw a penalty. So they're going to go back on the power play here with 2:10 to go in the period, it looks like. So big chance here for Bradley trying to extend that lead even some more.
It's Iowa State's 7th penalty of the game.
That's we're not even through 2 periods yet either.
Yeah. 7th penalty of the game for Iowa State, 12 total. Bradley's got 5, but I mean, sheesh.
So now Bradley wins the draw back here on this power play attempt. This will pretty much take us to the end of the second period here at the Owens Center, but we'll see what the Braves can do as they try to add one more and take a pretty comfortable lead into the third. Down low, swung around, and back up top here for Cam Etchison as it goes down low. Penalty is tripping to Green and cleared down the length of the ice as Sewell will come to cut it off. He'll leave it here for Corey Kohut. 1:28 to go of power play time here for the Bradley Braves. Nice pass on the left wing side for Kyle Tintera, who sails that one into the zone as he ran into the ref. Now back up top, Etchison trying to work that one. And look out, it's chopped right back in as that was Corey Kohut. Almost gave it away. Got to be careful there if you're Kohut. Now swung way down low. And look out, bad bounce. Sewell fought it off. Rebound, and that backhand try was fired wide.
Sewell completely lost track of that puck, but luckily he was able to pick it up sight just in time to make that save.
Here's Etchison into the zone. Shoots, saved by Pearson, no rebound. As Tintera gets all kinds of pressure, and I don't know what Tintera did to deserve that, but he got shoved from behind.
From what I saw there, I don't know if we can get a replay on that or not, but Tintera got shoved by Drew Pearson, the goalie, and then out of nowhere, an Iowa State player came and just pushed Tintera from behind. I don't know if Tintera started anything there or what, but
Well, Tintera's going to the box. And
he must have done something. Maybe we missed it. I have no clue.
I think what got Tintera the box was, I think he gave Pearson a snow shower.
Okay, and then Pearson gave him the shove, and then out of nowhere, I believe, who was that?
That was
45,
Patrick Burgess.
Patrick Burgess. Just a
weird scenario.
Unsafe hit from the behind, honestly.
I would think the snow shower is what had to be what got Tintera the penalty, because he didn't whack anybody in front, or at least not what I saw. I could be wrong, but didn't look like Tintera whacked anybody, and he just got shoved right away by Patrick Burgess. So
are we getting 4 and 3 now, it looks like?
I think we're going to have
looks like 4 on 3.
Yes, I think you're right.
But plenty of confusion all
Actually,
around
5
here.
on 4. So
5 on 4.
The penalties are offsetting.
But they still count as penalties, making tonight's penalty total going up to 14.
Yeah.
6 for the Braves, 8
Got
for
a
Iowa
lot.
State, and we still have a minute 20 left to play in the second. Penalty watch 2019. We'll see if we can get to 20 by the third period.
We may, based on how much the officials have been calling tonight. Okay, so Tintera goes to the box for unsportsmanlike.
Snow shower.
Yep, that had to have been the snow shower. So that's what got Tintera to the box, and we'll get a hand pass called here by the Braves, and we'll have a face-off come outside the zone. But 33 seconds left of power play time here for the Bradley Braves.
Yeah, 103 left to go. So it's exactly 30. If they can't convert here, Iowa State will get back to even strength with exactly 30 seconds left to go in the second period here. So
Iowa State now circling around, pinning their own end as it's Simpson pinned up along the wall. And now Ryan Spence has it. Being whacked at here, Iowa State will fling it way down the length of the ice. And this will not be an icing, of course, because Iowa State is on the penalty kill. So Lucchese will track it down. Here's Sam Lucchese now. Still swinging up the boards now for Nick Sorrentino up through center. Spence trying to whack away at it, but it sailed right back in for Lucchese. Lucchese pivots and gets it to a defenseman here. Has 24 seconds to go in the period. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey as the Braves will try and add one more and go into the lead with a comfortable margin of 2 or more goals. We'll see if they can add one more here. Time winding down, though, 10 seconds. There's a couple of players pinned along the wall. Straker trying to whack away here. Iowa State will just eat it, and that will pretty much do it for the second period of play. But the Bradley Braves add 2 more, and they're in the driver's seat as we head down to the third period. But Jack, Bradley kept that momentum going. They looked pretty good overall in the second period, but Iowa State started to fight back there at the end of that second period.
Yeah, they did, but I mean, they don't got anything on the scoreboard to show for it. And then that whole penalty, the snow shower on the goalie scenario, I think it kind of made things a little muggy here. I don't really know who I'd give momentum to, but I'd still say Bradley's got the momentum heading into it. 4-2. That's Tintera and Kohut who scored for Bradley here in the second. So now they're up 4-2 against the Iowa State Cyclones.
We'll see if we can get Mitch Kaminski, who's with our ice mic. I'm not sure if he's ready. Let's see if we can go down. Mitch, we'll just let him get in position here. And we'll see what Mitch has for us here. Just waiting for him to get all situated there at ice level. Okay, it looks like Mitch is ready. Just getting his mic all adjusted.
Thanks, Matt. I'm down here between the ice. Both periods, what really stood out was the amount of penalties. Bradley's special team has been special. They got 2 power play goals. The 5-on-3 was a huge goal when they were trailing 2-0 because you never want to fall down 3-0, and so to cut the lead in half was big for them. Unfortunately, while their special teams have been special, their discipline is not. A lot of penalties hampering them, but the special teams did a nice job killing that 5-on-3. Big momentum shift for the Braves there. Let's see if they can carry it in to the third period with their 2-goal advantage. Back up to you guys in the booth.
All right, thank you so much, Mitch. Jack, I think what stood out to me about Mitch, and we kind of talked about it, was the amount of penalties that both teams really had been taking as we welcome you back inside our broadcast booth. But the penalties, both teams, I think Iowa State more than Bradley, but they both got to get cleaned up here.
You know, no one puts it better than Mitch Kaminski. Special teams has been special. I think that's a great way to put it, and it has been tonight. And for both teams, I mean, 4-2, the Braves have the lead, but the absurd amount of penalties, we'll see. I can't see it changing in the third period. Like I said, we could very realistically see a combined 20 penalties between these teams tonight.
Absolutely. Our score after 2 periods of play, it's the Bradley Braves 4 and the Iowa State Cyclones 2. Stay with us alongside Jack Simzyk and Mitch Kaminski at ice level. I'm Matt Harrington. We'll be back for period number 3.
Bradley is totally transfer friendly because they set up the steps for you. It's not like most schools where they're like, hey, you got accepted. Okay, you need to figure out what you need to do to make sure that you come to the school. Bradley is very different. Bradley is, hey, you got accepted. Here are the next steps we're gonna give you, and we're gonna walk through the process with you. And the process was very easy, actually. Very, surprisingly very easy.
I didn't feel like that transfer student, because I think that was one of my biggest worries too. I was like, oh my gosh, am I going to be walking around here for 3 years and people are going to be like, oh, you didn't go your freshman year, or ooh, you're the transfer student. No, when I tell them I'm a transfer student, they're like, what? You transferred? And ever since coming to Bradley, it's like 50 doors just opened. It was awesome. So coming here was, to this day, still the best decision I ever made.
The size was really comfortable at Bradley. I thought that I would fit well here. When I toured and all that, it really felt homey to me. I felt really comfortable right away. The faculty that I met with, the students that I got to talk to, everything, they were all really welcoming, and it just felt like the right place for me to be. It was just one of those things where I just kind of knew. It's hard to explain it, but I just knew.
The main reason I chose Bradley was because I felt like home. I felt like this was the opportunity for me to flourish, and I found that there was a lot of opportunities that were presented to students at Bradley, and I knew if I had that ambition and that work ethic, that I can become someone, and I can become the key to be able to push my family forward. And here at Bradley, I was able to not only find those opportunities, but execute in a very effective way.
I wake up every morning and do things every day that I can't believe that I get to do.
I tell people this over and over again, but I mean, it's so true. I think transferring to Bradley was one of the best decisions I ever made.
Back here at the Owen Center in Peoria, Illinois, the Bradley Braves leading the Iowa State Cyclones 4-2 after 2 periods of play. And back alongside Jack Simzyk, I'm Matt Harrington. And Jack, we kind of touched on it. Penalties have been an issue for both teams, but now a clean slate of 5-on-5 here to begin this third period.
Yeah, I was going to say the penalties here, what do we got? 8 and 6. 8 for Iowa State, 6 for Bradley. That's 14 total penalties. It's not an over-exaggeration when I say we could get to 20. I hope we don't.
Yeah.
I'd like to see a clean third period as much as anybody else, but the way this game's been going, we'll see. It's going to get chippy. It's going to get dirty. We'll see what the third period has to offer for us. See if Iowa State has anything to say about this score. If Bradley will be able to shut them down and close it out, because Sewell's played phenomenal since about the middle of the first after those first 2 goals early on.
Yeah, he has really been locked in, I think, and was kind of talking to the folks in the box, and they told me that he's definitely on the watch list for the 3 stars tonight. So he has been very good in nets and has 24 saves, if I'm not mistaken, so far.
Absolutely. Tantera's had a good presence
yes.
out there, too, I'd say. He's got 1 goal, but, I mean,
he has an assist as well.
Yeah, it's more than just stats, really. I mean, we've been seeing him all night working in the Iowa State zone, forcing those turnovers. He's done a lot tonight, and he has shown why we called him the player to watch for this game. He has definitely been a force to be reckoned with out there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think right now Tantera would probably be the favorite with a goal and an assist to be your first star of the game, but we have a full 20 minutes ahead of us, so we will see what we get here in this third and final period. It's like we're just getting ready to get back underway here at the Owen Center. And
so their penalty needs to go back up.
Well, it looks like gonna get something going on 40? With the officials here.
Hey, 19-20.
So after 19-20 on the scoreboard, that's when these players will be able to come out on the ice. So the first whistle after 19-20. And we're still at 5-on-5, but a couple of players still sitting in the box here as we begin the third.
From that scrum at the end of the second.
Correct.
With the snow shower and the goalies and the pushing and all that stuff. But it's still 5-on-5 out on the ice. Don't really know what's going on here.
I couldn't tell you either, but I think we're just about ready to get going here. So here we go. Iowa State winning the draw. They trail this game 4-2. They'll need a couple of things to go their way here if they want to get back into this hockey game. This one flung off the boards and taken a hold of here by Corey Kohut for the Bradley Braves. Kohut after it now for Bradley. Long pass and a nice little assist there for Seth Bishop. Bishop trying to drop it back as he goes for Spence, who will fling it back around the other way. Great keep by Corey Kohut, racing after that puck. Now flung off the boards, and Iowa State will fling it all the way down the length of the ice, as this will be called an icing here with 19:29 to go in the third period of play.
Icing early on in the third here. This puck's going to come all the way back into the Iowa State zone out to the left of Drew Pearson, it looks like. And Drew Pearson, you know, we said he's played in every game for Iowa State this season. He's had his ups and downs. He started off tonight really well, but Joshua Sewell is just taken over since. And Joshua Sewell, too, the way he's playing kind of looks like how Drew Pearson started the game.
Yeah.
Similar saves. He's seen a lot of shots. It's interesting how the tides have turned there. But Pearson has seemed to settle down a bit after laying up that 4th goal. But really, he hasn't seen quite a lot of action ever since all those penalties way back in the second when Bradley found themselves down 5-3 in men on the ice, not score. Down 5-3 in men on the ice.
I'll give it to Pearson, though. He's probably got the coolest pads I've ever seen as a visiting goaltender with that maroon and gold, the colors of Iowa State. I mean, I can't say enough good things about these jerseys. It's just a perfect color scheme. So now here comes Iowa State up through center ice. Could be a 3-on-2 if they hurry and are offsides. A little bit too antsy there from Hunter Schultz as he is offsides, and so the faceoff will come out of the zone.
They hurried just a little bit too much there to go offsides. They wanted that chance. They just missed it. They're a little too fast, a little bit offsides, but 18:48 left to go in the third. Plenty of time left. They say 2-goal lead. It's a dangerous lead in hockey, but right now the Braves trying to stave off the Iowa State Cyclones in this revenge game.
Nice glove down. Here's a break. All alone. Scores! How about that move from Kyle Tintera? And the Braves are on top by 3. It's 5-2.
That's Tintera's second goal of the night, and just almost makes it look effortless there. Gets a little nice breakaway, goes backhand right past the goalie. Smooth shot, smooth goal from Kyle Tintera. His second of the night. Braves lead 5-2.
I tell you what, Kyle Tintera has had some really pretty goals this year, and add that to the collection as he picks up another one, his second of the night. And Tintera has got the Braves up by 3, 5-2 here early on in this third period of play. Bradley has scored 5 unanswered to make their way back on top here, ahead by 3. There's a bank pass out of the zone. Braves move up the ice. Brennan Peters flipping this one on Drew Pearson as he gets a little whack there from Pearson after the whistle.
It's Peters getting Pearson's ear. It's Bradley Skaters not getting along with Pearson tonight.
No.
There, all over his ear, snow showering him, and most importantly, showering him with pucks, and they're getting by him for goals.
Love how you said that, the transition with the showering into goals, and that's exactly what the Bradley Braves have done here late in the first, early in the second, and here early on in the third.
You know, I mean, you can irritate a goalie, you can talk trash, but the easiest way to irritate a goalie is to just keep scoring on him. So
Absolutely.
And that's what Bradley's been doing tonight.
Iowa State now moving up out of the zone. 5-2 lead for the Bradley Braves here on home ice, trying to go 3-0 on home ice this season so far. Puck up in the air and now finally taken out of the slot there by Bradley. Glove down at center by Bishop. Shot on goal by Bishop, steered away to the corner by Pearson. Spence in there as well, trying to whack it up for Bradley. And now flipped up the boards for Iowa State as they clean it out. Now a chance the other way. Here comes Iowa State across the line. McMahon with the shot. That one skids off a stick and back around to the other side. Bradley working away here again. 17-19 to go in this third period of play. The Bradley Braves on top comfortably here, 5-2 over the Iowa State Cyclones. Flung around the other way for Nick Sorrentino. He gave it away at the right top point. Now down low, that one off the pad of Sewell as it goes to the corner. Now Iowa State out through center as they'll go back into their own end and play catch here. Jarrett Green passes it off and now picked up by Fremel as he'll dump it into the zone for Iowa State. Brian after it, he'll cycle it back for David Tuttle for Bradley. Gave that one away. And now right down low, Iowa State playing catch along that left side boards here. Tuttle in there, trying to go back for Kyle Tintera. Tintera, 2 goals and an assist so far on the night, and he was our player to watch, and he's been living up to the expectations here so far tonight. Now fired right back in by Hunter Schultz. Sewell will let Bryant play this one as Iowa State gets a full set line change here. Now look out, almost a giveaway. Bryant's got to get back as he worked there with Eric Evans. Those two get tangled up. In there as well as Donnie Gusky for Iowa State. He went down. No penalty called. Could have been a penalty there against Bradley, but officials let him play on. Now Bryant able to clear this one down as this will be an icing as Pearson lets it go by.
Went a long period of play there without a whistle. 16:02 left in the third, and still fairly crowded here in the Owen Center, but after that 5th goal, some of the Bradley fans starting to file out. They have enough faith in their team that they can hold on to this lead and that they're not going to miss anything. But it is still 5-2 with plenty of time left to play. 3-goal lead for the Braves.
I'll tell you what, I've seen crazier things happen before.
Well, absolutely.
So if you're Bradley, this game is not over yet. You've still got a solid chunk of 15 or 16 minutes that you've got to kill off here. But 3-goal lead, they're in the driver's seat, no question.
Yeah.
So face-off will come outside the Bradley zone. And it'll be taken a hold of here off the draw. Iowa State winning it as they move it across. Nice pass for Austin Simpson. And it looks like they're off sides as Simpson was able to get the shot on Sewell. So right back to where we started.
Face-off's going to be out to the right of Sewell, right outside the zone here. 15:54 left.
We'll just switch circles here on this face-off, and here we go. Off the draw, Bradley wins it. Played up ahead by the Braves. Fired straight into the netting and out of play, so we'll go back outside the zone. Just yeah, right after you said we haven't had a whistle in a while, now we've got too many.
Yeah, now we got quite a couple here.
Yeah.
It was only 15:47. I think of that first one a couple seconds ago, or a couple minutes ago. There's 16 minutes left, and a lot of whistles here all of a sudden, a lot of stoppages to play. And this sometimes is what happens when a team gets up by a lot in the third period. It just starts getting kind of sloppy out there.
Yeah. And Iowa State down by 3, trying to get back into this thing as Eric Evans takes a hold of it here. Evans up through center. Took a big hit along the wall, but Sewell will stick it to the corner on the Evans dumping attempt. Couple of whacks there from some Bradley players. Thrown right in front of the goal mouth and now whacked out of the zone by Bradley. This one will go the length of the ice, but no icing, says that back official. And so Austin Simpson will play it here for Iowa State. Here's Simpson up ahead, tape to tape for Green. Green muscling his way across the line. Sent off the stanchion and up in the air, taken a hold of by Iowa State and right back into their hands. Bradley takes it away though. Here come the Braves up ahead. Tumbling into the zone, here they come, and oh, ouch, that one caught Ryan Spence. But he's okay, looks like he'll stay on the ice. Delayed penalty, that was a high stick on Spence. So penalty coming up against Iowa State. Here's Sorrentino, back down low for Ryan Spence, and touched up here as we get the stoppage of play.
Yeah, Spence took a stick right to the chin there, it looks like. Stopped him for a second, he seems to be fine though, continued out the play. But way to draw a penalty there for Ryan Spence. That's Iowa State's 9th penalty of the game. 15 total.
Patrick Burgess goes to the box for high sticking. Just the 2-minute minor. And had Spence drawn blood, there could have been a 4-minute minor, but just the 2 for Patrick Burgess. So here we go off the draw. Iowa State sending this one down the length of the ice, says Sewell will cut it off on the first clear attempt here by the Cyclones. And Bradley will reset here along that left wing side. Nice little maneuver by Kyle Tintera. Up ahead, here come the Braves. Brennan Peters on the right side. Peters will swing this one around by Tintera, and he got tripped up. No call, though. And Tintera went hard in the boards. He is slow to get up.
That's not good for Bradley. That's your top scorer right there. He seems to be fine, skating it off, but he is heading to the bench gingerly.
Probably a good idea to just get it checked out, and he's having trouble hopping the boards a little bit here.
Maybe if this game even stays the way it is, maybe don't play it. Don't send him back out there. You would hate to see your top player go down in a situation like this.
So we'll keep an eye on Kyle Tintera. But you mentioned it, the top player leads the team in points. He's got 3 tonight, 2 goals and an assist. So he's a player that Bradley would certainly like to have back out on the ice at some point in this game. So here we go off the draw. Iowa State winning it now. And still on the penalty kill for another minute and 8 seconds. Iowa State chopping it down. And Cam Etchison will let Sewell play this one. Braves on the power play for another 55 seconds, but they've got to get something going here in the zone. Long pass connects with Ryan Spence as he finds his man at center ice. Here come the Braves into the zone. Etchison with it for Bradley. So come and skate around the outside. Good pinch by Ryan Spence, but interference called here. Not sure who this is against. I think it's going against Bradley.
That's Etchison called for interference. Bradley's 7th penalty of the game.
Seemed a little ticky-tacky to me there, but obviously the officials have a better view than I do.
Yeah,
so
they've been calling them all night. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, so he will take a seat, and we'll go to 4-on-4 here for about 40 seconds, and then Iowa State will get a power play try.
16 total penalties between these two teams, 9 for Iowa State, and 7 penalties for Bradley so far. So
down low and in the slot, Bradley takes it away. A little stumble there by the Braves as they come across. Looks like Tintera back out on the ice as he flips it wide. And the intended target there looked like Straker. Oh my goodness. Big shot there, echoed off the boards. Now a couple players getting tied up along the wall. Tintero is just totally pinned. And now Iowa State able to move up with it.
It's good to see him back out there.
Good bat down, and Tintera got tied up again. And he looks like he's having a little trouble with his balance, and he's coming off the ice again as he'll send it down low.
He's going to dump that in first, and even if he is off balance, he's probably feeling the effects. He caused another turnover in the opponent's zone, so he's been doing that all night, and he's able to do it again even if he is a little injured.
Simpson into the zone for Iowa State. Here's Simpson around the outside. The Cyclones on the power play now with 1:03 to go on that. Good spin around move there from the top point scorer on this team, Cooper Bailey. He'll dump it off for Jarrett Green. Green down low, holding on to it is Eric Evans. He'll cycle back around once more. Oh, good spinorama there by Evans as he gets it back up top. In the slot, here's the shot saved by Sewell on the stick. And Spence will try and move it out, but can't do so. Kept in. Here's Evans. He'll fling it back around. Here's Liam Johnson right into the glove of Sewell, who has remained calm ever since giving up those first 2 goals.
Yeah, Braves on the penalty kill now. 30 seconds left on this Iowa State power play, and 11:44 left in the period, but Sewell unfazed with its even strength on the power play or on the penalty kill. It's good glove there by him, and this faceoff's going to come out to his left side.
5-2 your score in favor of the home team Bradley Braves, who trailed 2-0, but then have scored 5 unanswered. Holding on to it now is Eric Evans. Evans will swing it around for Austin Simpson. Nice pass in the slot, back up top. Here's the shot by Evans, and that one's redirected out of play as it caught a stick there.
Some good passing around, good puck movement there by Iowa State, and that's what we were talking about before the game, puck movement. They're getting some here in the third period. The question is it too late? But they are on the power play, so 12 seconds left for them on this one. 11:26 left to go in the third. And face-off, we're going to do it again out to the left of Sewell.
So here we go. Iowa State still on the power play, 7 seconds. Here's Simpson trying to work his way in and got tripped up a little bit there, no call, but that'll pretty much do it here for the Bradley penalty kill as Etchison comes back onto the ice.
Good kill, another good kill by the Braves.
We have about 11 minutes to go here in the third period of this contest. Iowa State trying to work their way into the zone. Banked off an official skates and a big hit there along the walls. Our Ice Mike caught that one there. Now the Cyclones will move with it here in their own end. Green with a nice pass off. And here come the Cyclones dancing their way through center. Back around the outside, slowing it down on the brakes was Liam Johnson. Back up to the point for Hunter Schultz. Now down low, Iowa State getting some good zone time here, down by 3. Schultz again with it on the backhand for the Cyclones as he moves it across. Whacked at there. Peters working away and now picked up by Kyle Tintera, who takes a big hit along the wall. Now picked up by Liam Johnson, who will reset the engine here for the Cyclones with just over 10 minutes to play here, about halfway through this third period. Up through center, here's Bailey across the line. Bailey trying to work his way in. Bailey holding on to it. He'll move back up to the point. Held on to the shot there, didn't get through the traffic clogged in front. Now Iowa State swinging it around the other way. Down low for Tate Hentz as Hentz continues to work away. Now the Braves will finally take a hold of it, but kept it at the line. Great job by Simpson as he'll go on the backhand. That one blocked in front. Simpson trying to follow up his own shot, working there with Andrew Schmidt. Big work here in the corner by Schmidt. The officials letting him play. Here's a wraparound try. Great save, Sewell. And the rebound taken a hold of by Kyle Tintera. One of the better stops from Sewell tonight. As Tuttle just couldn't handle that pass, and we will go for an icing here against Bradley.
Good. They just call. I heard somebody yell no icing down there. That's our Ice Mike picked it up.
Yeah, I heard that too.
I believe that might have just been a Bradley player coach vouching for it, because this puck is going to come back to the Bradley zone here. So it's 5-2. Braves lead the Cyclones. 9:14 left to go in the third. And this period, moving by a little quicker than the other two, a little more tame. There's still penalties, but things have tamed
Not as
down
much.
a little bit. Yeah, I know.
I don't think we'll hit 20 unless we have like a brawl or something.
We need 4 more to hit 20. We've only had 2 this period.
Penalty watch 2019, as you mentioned, in full effect. Yeah. Now at the boards, David Tuttle trying to work here for the Braves. As this one will be chipped out. Green will pick it up, so slide it across. Now into the zone. That one fired wide on the left side of Sewell. Braves working here in the corner. Cyclones down low. Now back up to the point. Penalty coming up here against the Braves as here comes Pearson to the net, and that one's redirected wide. And so a penalty coming up here against the Braves. Looks like a high stick.
Braves are getting closer to him now. Braves got, that's their 8th of the game, and Iowa State has 9, so we're at 17. 3 more. Bradley, though, has been good in the penalty kill tonight, in all seriousness. They've only let up 1 power play goal early, so otherwise they killed off the other 6. It's 1 for 6, or 1 for 7 Iowa State is, but this is the 8th one of the game here, so we'll see how this goes for them. But Bradley's penalty kill very solid tonight besides that 1 goal they let up earlier. But, I mean, when you're getting this many penalties, the Braves are very fortunate they have the good penalty kill.
Absolutely. They've been good on the night for the most part.
Yeah.
And they'll look to keep it going here. So off the draw, Iowa State needs to get something going here at the 8-minute mark. Here's Simpson with a drive pad save, rebound, and that one's poked away by a stick in front there by the Braves. Another try, held on to at the point. Here's Green, he'll swing it back around for his defense partner. Now they'll move it down low. Cyclones working it good here, back up top for Green. Green shot, and Sewell fights it off with the pad and into the netting out of play.
Yeah, so 8:10 here to go in the third, 1:33, still plenty of time left for the Cyclones. And honestly, the Cyclones can get a quick power play goal here. They're still very much in it. They would only be down by 2 with 8 minutes left, but not saying a lack of effort, but a little bit of the Cyclones definitely taking their feet off the gas pedal a little bit, considering this game was still winnable coming into the third, down by 3. But Iowa State here, if they can somehow pick something up, they might still be in this one before it's time to call it too late.
So Green will go back to track it down here for the Cyclones. And he'll skate up with it through center ice. Nice pass for Austin Simpson. Simpson now dumps it off on the right point. Held on to, and it'll be cycled back for Green. Room to work with for Green. He'll go back to the right side. Simpson waiting for it at the point, but now they'll go back down low. Up top, here's Jarrett Green. Top of the circle. Holding on to it are the Cyclones. A shot there, kicked away by Sewell. Now Iowa State holding on to it. And Brooks Blackburn took down a man, no penalty called. Working in there as well was Cooper Bailey. Bailey hanging on to it now on the stick, 42 to go on the Iowa State power play. Down low, nice try in front, and Sewell comes up big again. He's been lights out lately.
Very good wraparound there for the Cyclones. I thought there might have been some room 5-hole, but Sewell just came down on top of that puck quick enough to suck it up there. A good save by him. I actually wasn't sure at first glance.
He's like a vacuum in net.
Yeah, I was like, did that go in? Joshua Sewell vacuuming him up all night here at the Owens Center. 5-2, the Braves still lead this game.
Yeah, he has really settled down, and now here's a break for the Braves. Here they come all alone on a breakaway. Nice moves. They score! What a move in front by Wes Straker, and it is 6-2 Braves.
Wes Straker's goal right there, very similar to the last Intera goal we saw. Managed to get a breakaway. He got his a little farther out center ice. Manages to get that breakaway. Does pretty much virtually the same move. Gets his hands down on it, goes from his left hand, forehand side to his backhand, right past Pearson. That's a great goal there for Wes Straker. The Braves now up 6-2.
I think Straker was going to have a penalty shot anyway if he didn't score, because there at least would have been a penalty, but I'm not sure. But it counts, and the Braves lead it here 6-2.
Short-handed too for the Braves. Short-handed goal by them, like you said. Mitch said earlier, right before the intermission, the special teams have been special all around the board. The penalty kill's been great. Killing penalties, they just scored a goal. The power play's been great. 4-on-4 has been great. It's just been a good night for the Bradley Braves.
They have really upped the tempo here in this game after trailing 2-0. A terrific response, to say the least, from Iowa State, or from Bradley rather, against Iowa State. Now we got a couple of players collided here in the corner. Sam Lucchese went down, and he had to pick up his stick, and couldn't tell who that was for Iowa State. It looked like John Kester, and we may have some additional penalties here. Kester and Lucchese going to the box.
And more penalties. Hold on, Iowa State did have the one they got after. Now each team has added another man to the box. Bradley's at 9. Iowa State is at, hold on, I'm trying to keep count here, 11. We did it. 20 penalties.
There it is.
20 penalties
There it
with
is.
6:53 to spare, ladies and gentlemen,
They've been
in the third period.
They've been pretty spread out, as you mentioned, 9 and 11 for each team. But
Bradley's got 9. Iowa
Yes.
State's got 11.
But a lot of penalties here tonight at the Owen Center, which has really slowed things down. And Sewell able to kick this one into the netting out of play.
Yeah, we were jokingly rooting for 20.
It happened.
I would say you love to see it, but do you really love to see
No.
it? That's the thing. You don't. Yeah, 20 penalties in one game, but this 6:38 left to play is.
Yeah, that's a lot. And something that I think has to do with the fact that there a lot of extra tension here tonight with the fans here at the Owen Center, but all kinds of penalties here tonight, and 20 so far as we still have some time to play here in this third period. Straker getting the goal on the breakaway. That gives Bradley a 4-goal lead, so they're pretty much have wrapped things up, but still some time to play. Got to close it down here. There's a backhander on Pearson, able to fight it off. Good save from him.
Yeah, some more fans filing out now. This 6-2 lead. There's about 6 minutes left to go, but you mentioned there's been a lot of tension tonight with the fans. The Owen Center, the Bradley fans did a great job tonight rallying up their team, but one of the things that kind of got swept under the rug, we talked about it a little at the beginning of the game. Iowa State knocked Bradley out of the playoffs last year. It's a revenge game. They're always talked about in sports, and Bradley has certainly gotten their revenge tonight. This Iowa State team is just not the same as they were last year.
No.
As if things keep going the way they are right now, they will drop to 8-5, and Bradley will improve to 10-7, and also being a perfect 3-0 at home. And they got this team again tomorrow.
Absolutely, and the one thing I've noticed too is the two teams that were in the gold division final last year in the MACHA playoffs were McKendree and Iowa State, and both of those teams have been having down years this year, so that could maybe open up a lane for Bradley to try and come in and win the MACHA tournament.
Bradley swept McKendree last weekend, and now if they can do this again tomorrow, that would give them a sweep over Iowa State. So
it'd make it 4 straight wins too for the Bradley Braves. So
exciting times for the Braves. Even with all the negative things happening around here, all the injuries and whatnot, this team is still grinding through their season. They're happy to be back at home, I think.
Absolutely, and I mentioned they will not play another away game, if I'm not mistaken, until something like the 25th of January. So they're going to be home for a while. Here's Centera with a nice pass across. That one hit the post. Braves working it away down low. Popped out in front of the goal. And this one will be sent the length of the ice here by the Iowa State Cyclones.
Both men are back out of the box for each team, respectively. So we're back at 5-on-5.
Brooks Blackburn now getting handcuffed in his own end as he works it up for Sorrentino. And Spence playing it here. Able to shove that one down low. And Iowa State picking up that loose change. Up the boards it'll come for Dylan Haar. Haar trying to work it here with a couple of Bradley players in the mix. Braves pick it up. Nice move there. Couldn't tell who that was. Looked like Trevor Cooney, but couldn't flip it on net. Braves continue to whack away here in the corner as the Cyclones move it up. Blackburn back on defense. Here's Dylan Haar trying to drop it off in the slot. Nice play, but Sewell able to squeeze the glove there to make the stop.
Yeah, it's got a little quieter here in the Owen Center. Still a lot of fans, but more filing out. 4:22 to go. Braves now lead 6-2, and they've made their statement this game all right. As long as everything stays the same here, nothing too crazy happens in these last 4 minutes or so. Braves are going to improve to 3-0 at home. I know we're already in November of the season, but this is only their third home game, so they have been perfect here at the OC so far in this 2019-2020 season.
Yeah, they have been very good, and again, as we've alluded to, back at it tomorrow, 6:15 p.m. It'll be our producer for tonight's broadcast, Danny Karmin, on the call on play-by-play. And Mitch Kaminski, who's doing our ice side reporting, will be on our color commentary tomorrow. So looking forward to hearing those two on the airwaves. There's Sewell, look out, his teammate almost put it in his own net, but able to squeeze the glove shut there.
Looking forward for some more quotes from Mitch Kaminski.
Yeah,
special
he's
teams
got
have
a way
been
with
special
words.
Is gold. It's gold. It really is. Looking forward to hearing some of that tomorrow night on commentary. I will not be here, but I will be listening.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun night at the Owen Center, and a reminder, too, that if you didn't make it out to the Owen Center tonight, but you still want to donate to the National Epilepsy Foundation and purchase one of those purple wristbands, they're only $1, and you can buy them at the game tomorrow here at the Owen Center. So come on out. if you're in the Peoria area, and come support a great cause. And I believe even if you're not, you can buy them online as well. So we'll update you tomorrow on that situation as well.
Yeah, it's only $1 and it's for a great cause. Definitely recommend it. It's Epilepsy Awareness Month here in November.
Nice pass across here for the Cyclones as they dance their way in. Oh my goodness, what a move, but Sewell able to squeeze the glove shut. I tell you what, if that was a goal, that would have been heading for the Sports Center top 10.
Yeah, you know, good move, but just a better save, to be honest there. Nice glove by Sewell. With 3:18 left to go here in the third. Very nice glove by Sewell there. He grabs that one up and another breakaway almost. But
oh, nice little move there by the Braves. Here they come into the zone and broken up there. Good back check by Iowa State. Looked like a player there got in the mix.
You know, Straker was able to get around him. I think he was going to go for that same backhanded move he had in his last goal there. That would have been the third time that happened to Pearson tonight. So he's thinking his lucky stars. He's not getting undressed again.
Thrown out in front, Sewell able to make the save, and he's done a great job with it tonight. I'm not sure if he's hit the 30 mark yet, but he's getting there in terms of saves, so he has been very good.
Probably got just a little more saves than these teams have penalties combined. A little over
I think
20.
That's how you put it perfectly right there. Now Johnson will go back for the defense for Iowa State as we wind down here, just a little bit over 2 minutes to play. Big hit there from Ryan Spence. Here's Brooks Blackburn flinging it up the boards for Seth Bishop. Lost his glove as he'll move it down low for Sorrentino. Had the puck taken off his stick there, and Iowa State will go across. Flung back around behind the net. Now the Cyclones will move it up. Sent right back in by Andrew Smith for Iowa State, and they will take a hold of it here as Liam Johnson has it. Flinging it around. They'll go right back. Got to give it to the Iowa State fans, though. They really came out tonight to support their team.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say it's the biggest congregation of road fans I think I've ever seen for a Bradley game.
Yeah, they've definitely made a big impact tonight. When I was out in the main lobby during the second intermission. By the way, for anyone who's stayed with us this whole game, if you care, I did get my Owen Center hot dog in the second intermission. But I was out there waiting in line. I heard some of the Iowa State fans talking. They said it was a good 3.5, 4 hour drive down here, and they're going to make that drive back home tomorrow. But props on them. This is one of the biggest, like you said, away fan bases I've seen come to the Owen Center. So
they traveled well at the MACHA tournament last year, too. Saw a lot of them in Springfield. This one swung across now. Another try as that one deflects and whacked away here. And now we get a stoppage here with looks like about 1 minute and 6 seconds left here as the Braves will wrap things up.
I think that's just a lot of Iowa sports fans. I don't know many, but the ones I do know, I think it's a pretty loyal fan base. The Iowa Hawkeyes for college. You got Iowa State. They have a pretty good basketball club every year, basketball team. Now their hockey club here tonight. So the fans travel well no matter what it is. I don't think Iowa doesn't have any pro teams that I can think of.
No.
In any of the leagues, but their colleges, college sports are very big in Iowa. That's what they got, and their fans as loyal as they come.
And keep in mind, too, that Iowa State has a Division I ACHA team as well, so they've always historically done pretty well, and assuming they get the same kind of support for that team as well. Now Braves will throw a couple of hits here as this puck's pinned up along the wall. 50 seconds to go at the Owen Center. Here's a shot sailed wide. And this one will be played up through center. Cooney trying to whack away here as it'll be taken a hold of by Brooks Blackburn. He'll go back into his own zone. Nice pass up ahead for David Tuttle, who just rolled off his stick. So he'll flip it into the zone, exited quickly by the Iowa State Cyclones. Now Brooks Blackburn tracking it down. 20 seconds to go here at the Owen Center. But the Bradley Braves are going to remain unbeaten on home ice with a big win. And all of their wins have been by quite a few goals. I think 6-2, 5-1, and now 6-2 again. So the Bradley Braves pick up a big win here at the Owen Center tonight, 6-2 over the Iowa State Cyclones as they get a big win here tonight. Great job by Bradley as they get the W tonight, 6-2 again the final. And Jack, slow start for the Braves, but they shook things off and they rallied to score 6 unanswered.
Yeah, it was a little concerning at the beginning. Went down 2-0 early, but 6 unanswered. Sewell just morphed into a brick wall towards the end of that game, and just fantastic effort all around. Got to give credit to the team and to these fans. This was a big, big night as the Braves returned home to the Owen Center for the first time in nearly 2 months.
Yeah.
And they're undefeated at home, 3-0. It's a small sample size, but from what we've seen at home,
They'll
salute
take
to
it.
the fans here, yes.
So 6-2 your final score as Bradley wraps it up with a big win over the Iowa State Cyclones. We're waiting on Mitch Kaminski for the 3 stars, but I was texting him and it sounded like we're having a little bit of trouble with the ice mic down there at center. So we'll see if we can get things squared away. But how about Sewell? I mean, he was phenomenal tonight on his special night.
Yeah.
And I mean, he was probably one of the better games I've seen him play.
It's a pretty poetic epilepsy awareness night here for Bradley Hockey and Sewell. As we know, he struggles with epilepsy, but he dominated in net tonight.
Sewell getting the 3rd star, 32 saves for him tonight. He was phenomenal. Wes Straker getting the 2nd star with a goal and 2 assists.
And the number 1 star of the game with 2 goals and 2 assists, number 2, Kyle Tantera.
Kyle Tantera, great night here at the Owen Center. And he's their 1st star of the game. I don't know if we're going to be able to grab him for an interview. Doesn't look like it. Not sure what the issue was there, but
player to watch was
yes,
the player of the game.
How about that? I mean, that's how we drew it up, and that's exactly what it was.
Happened. Speak it into existence. Kyle Tantera, too, there was an injury scare earlier in the night, but he seems to be fine. He came back out, played, scored another goal, tacked on some points. So all seems to be well right now for Bradley, who's been struggling in the injury department, but keeping their heads up high and succeeding so far this season.
So I was hoping to be able to interview our 1st star, Kyle Tantera, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. So we will go ahead and wrap things up here at the Owen Center. The final score, again, the Bradley Braves 6 and the Iowa State Cyclones 2. These teams will be back at it tomorrow here at the Owen Center at 6:15, and it'll be Danny Karmin and Mitch Kaminski on the call for that one. So for Mitch Kaminski and our entire crew, Brock Stotler on camera, Danny Karmin producing and directing, and of course Jack Simzyk, I'm Matt Harrington saying so long from the Owen Center.